Well, I mean, I think you just need to turn around
Why?
and put your hands behind your back.
I quit my high-paying job in the tech industry and moved to Montana to pursue my dream of starting my own whiskey distillery. Just around $25,000 to my name and a few pieces of equipment I brought with me. We're starting from scratch. Will our whiskey distillery be successful? We'll find out. This is Whiskey RP. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. Last time I was with you, we were getting arrested and we were convicted for selling liquor without a license. We spent 9 months in prison. Luckily, we were able to get ourselves cleared for stealing the tractor. We were able to pull enough evidence together to show that it was a mistake and we were forgiven of that crime. But we have some things, some stipulations with our probation for the next 6 months. You can see here, we had to sell all of our businesses. Well, a good amount of them. The sugar factory is gone, the yeast factory is gone, and the whiskey factory is gone. I'm not allowed to purchase or build a whiskey factory until we are through our probation and out of debt. Let's take a look at that screen. So we still have $629,000 left of our debt that we originally had, and we have negative $14,000 left at the moment. Let's see how our fields are doing. We didn't have anybody there to really take care of them, so I would assume they're all in pretty bad state. All right, here we are. The grapes are, not looking good. Our wheat field withered away. Oh, soybeans I'm sure is the same way. Yes, the soybeans have withered as well. Okay, let's go look at our equipment. Let's see where we can start. We do have the sawmill still, but there isn't any lumber in there. Part of our agreement and the fines was to sell all of our goods that we had, and I negotiated being able to keep the equipment at least, so we do have a good amount of equipment. And also, if you didn't notice when we drove by, we have the old New Holland back. It is not running. We do need about $8 grand to repair it, so we'll have to get a little bit of income before we can repair that. You can see 100% damage. Yeah, so that might be a savior though, equipment wise, because the rest of our tractors, they're pretty small. Let's go in here and take a look. We do have the telehandler still, our nice direct drill there, our plow, the John Deere 4020 weeder there, mower here that we'll be able to take care of this. That'll be coming handy today. Spreader. We got our baler still. That'll come in handy. Another thing for weeding. The big cultivator that I don't think even with the New Holland we have enough power to pull now. We bought that because of the big John Deere that we lost. Yep, all our grape equipment still. Yeah, the rest of our sugar beet equipment seems to be here. The old skid steer, the nice harvester. That's going to come in handy. Luckily, we still have that. And our way of harvesting sugar beets, our windrower, and a couple trailers too. We got the auger, we got the trailer for the grapes, and our nice big truck. Oh, our water tank. We'll probably have to fill up water here, but we don't have any money to buy water. Oh man, where should we start? So obviously the priority should be getting these fields back in order so we can start making money and earning our way towards being able to get the whiskey distillery back. And that is still the ultimate goal. I have not been discouraged from that. We do have some plans that we're kind of phase 2 of the business that I think we're going to have to escalate a little bit to help us get out of this debt. And we'll unveil those along the way, but not to get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's get our truck put away, and we need to start making some income. At minimum 15,000. We don't have a way to wrap the bales, and I need to end today with some money. So we need at least $14,097. And I think cutting grass and hoping we have enough to we're not gonna be able to wrap it. So we'll just cut it and turn it into grass bales, and we'll have to sell those right away. Find out where the best selling location for that is. And I think that's our starting point. So let's go ahead. We'll head on over to our grass field first. I don't know what kind of condition it's going to be in. Take a look over here. Not too bad. Expected yield 73%. We did not do the second layer of fertilizer. So I think we'll start with just this field for now and see how that does for us financially. And if we're able to bale these up and sell them and get out of debt and get enough to get the New Holland going, then we are in a pretty good state to move forward with some things. So let's get the windrower out. get that road, and then we'll bale it and see how we're sitting. And I can't remember if this tractor is strong enough to do this, but it looks like it is. Very nice. So that is one decent thing happening for us in our luck today. And one of the things we'll have to do today is swing by Ken's house. And unfortunately, that tractor that we accidentally bought illegally was Ken's. And I tried to reach out to him while the trial was going on, and he had no interest in talking to me. So I'm a little worried that we burnt some bridges in town that we need. So we'll definitely try to repair that relationship and see how that goes. I have been in touch with Isaac. He's very, very disappointed with me, to be honest with you, and really regrets selling that land to me. There is a possibility that we might sell that back as part of our debt recovery. I haven't really decided yet. Really wanted to see how a month or so goes. And like I said, we have 6 months probation, so we can't leave the state at all. Just to keep that in mind. One of the things I kind of thought about was selling everything and moving just to get a fresh start, but we'd have to stay in Montana if we did that, at least for 6 months, or just wait it out until that 6 months is over, and then we could move at that point. Yeah, a lot to think about as we try to repair our debt and our reputation around town. See how many bales we get out of this, and we'll get these sold right away. No clue how the market's doing right now for these, so that'll be a surprise when we get there. But yeah, let's get these wrapped, or not wrapped, we'll get them just baled. We can't wrap them because we don't have our wrapper anymore. All right, we get this little last bit. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we missed this last bit. 4, I think 6 bales here. I don't think that's going to be enough money, but we'll find out momentarily. So 39,000 liters of grass. Let's go see if that will be enough. Here we are. Let's find out. My guess is nowhere close. All right, that got us almost halfway through the debt. So we know we're in an uphill battle here. We're gonna have to cut more grass, and I think we probably have a large enough area by the grapevine that we can go ahead and take care of. So we'll head back and start getting that cut. Well, this whole area here should bring in a decent amount of money, and it's kind of sad because it would be a lot more money if it was turned into silage, but it is what it is. We got a ways to go, so we got to do some of this busy work to, you know, just get us back on the right track and start redeeming ourselves, because we're pretty embarrassed at this point in the mistakes we've made, and we got to pay the price. But we learned a lot over the last few years of just learning how to be a farmer, so it shouldn't take too long to recover. It's just going to take some time. Trying to get this windrowing done and get out of debt. The good thing about having that windmill back there is we got a little bit of extra cash. We're only at negative 79.60 now instead of, what was it, 8,042 or something a minute ago? Interesting to see when the hour tips over again to 1 o'clock how much money we get from that. We'll go ahead and get all this road up. I'm pretty confident that this area will do it. I'm not sure if it'll be enough to maintain the New Holland, but I think it should get us out of debt. Little lonely tree over here. Besides a little bit of issues bailing, it's been real nice being in the 40/20 again. Yeah, small equipment is fun, but to move as fast as we need to go to get out of debt here, we're gonna need to upgrade. You know, one of the things I had a lot to do over the last 6 months was read. So I did a lot of research on what we want to do with the farm and the additions that I want to do, and some of the stuff I had planned already, but with this adjustment financially and this limitation that, you know, the county and the state are putting on me till I can get the liquor license approved, really kind of changes those plans, and we'll have to speed up some of the things that I was wanting to do for the whiskey company. And they're going to get animals, and there's a reason for some of those animals that you'll find out soon. Let's get these baled up. I want to get at least maybe 10 of them prepped, take them over. See, I really want to get that New Holland up and running today and potentially cultivate one of these fields, because we're going to run out of time for planting since it is already fall. So we got to prioritize that. So we'll kind of keep track of the bales and kind of do an estimate of when we think we'll have enough money to be able to repair that, and then we can pop the New Holland on here and bust out the rest of the baling, and then maybe cultivate and potentially lime. I'll have to We'll have to check the soil and see if it needs limed or if we're okay. It seems like we might, gosh, cultivating or plowing. I might need to plow instead. We'll have to really think through that. Go ahead and leave the John Deere here because we could be wrong with our estimates. So we'll run over the truck, get these loaded up, and cross our fingers we have enough to repair the New Holland. And maybe we'll stop by and say hi to Ken too on the way. I think we're gonna be a little short. Let's see. I know this will get us out of debt, but will it be enough to repair the New Holland? So sad. Let's go ahead and we'll go say hi to Ken, or attempt to at least, and then we'll go bail the rest of those up. Should have just finished the field. First mistake being back. Now, I hope I'm not making a mistake by driving to his property. I felt like in person would be way better than making a phone call to him. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to head on out here to his property. And, you know, we haven't been here for a while. So, I mean, I've talked to him on the phone a few times, and he was in the trial in the courtroom. He didn't seem too pleased with me, even though the charges were dropped and we had some witness testimony that helped us with that, and some GoPro footage actually helped. And one thing I did want to mention is they did find the people that sold that to me. They are in prison, and I don't know when they're going to get out. I haven't been really paying attention, but I don't think that's going to affect us much. Justice was served there, so their time's a little bit longer than mine. But here we are. Let's hopefully he's home and in a decent mood. It looks like his grass needs trim. Maybe I could see if he needs a favor with that. We'll see. I don't see anyone. Could be upstairs. Well, that was awkward. He basically told me to never come back or call him or anything again. So let's head home. Looks like we do not have Ken in our favor anymore. Just hoping to apologize in person. I attempted to. He didn't want to hear it, and said some choice words that I cannot share with you. So let's head home, get back to work. On a positive note, we're not in debt anymore, so let's get back to work. We'll bail the rest of this up, get it sold. That should definitely give us enough to repair. Hopefully it's enough for the loan payment as well, which is around, actually, I don't remember. It is $39.15, so we're gonna have to keep that in mind. Yeah, we might have to sell a piece of equipment today. We'll see. Well, the last pass, I'm hoping to get 2 more bales out of it. You can see 1 and maybe 2, maybe. I don't think we're going to, though, but it would be nice. I think what we're going to do, I've been wanting to, for a while, to upgrade the skid steer anyways, so I think we're going to sell that, and when we get money coming in, we'll replace it. We might actually just get a different attachment for the telehandler and do all the work with that. We are not going to get 2 more bales. We did get 1 more though. That's good. And we'll get these loaded up and the skid steer like we mentioned, and head to the store and then to the shop as well to pick up the parts for the New Holland and sell the skid steer. All right, we got everything loaded up. We'll bring that bucket with us as well. 5 more bales. So things are looking promising here. So we did have enough for the repairs, but I don't think that's enough for the mortgage as well. So we'll go ahead and we will head to the store, get this sold, see if that does the trick for us to have just enough cash to get us by for another month while we prepare these fields to be profitable again. All right, we got 11,000 for all that. Pretty nice. We're sitting at 20, so I'm gonna now go into the store here and get the parts that we need. All right, so that was $7,692 of parts. So we'll head home and get that all repaired, and hopefully we can get that old New Holland to start back up for us. All right, let's go ahead down here, start working on it. That done. Work here, there. All right, I think that should do it. Let's see. Still not starting up. Let's tune this a little different here. Make some adjustments. Oh, there she goes. Oh, okay. So we probably will we'll be selling this soon, but we can get some good use out of it. I want to take it over here and wash it up too. Definitely be hooking the cultivator up to it here and seeing if we got enough power to pull that. If not, we will just use the plow. But I think we can get away with just cultivating the field. It's only been 9 months, and it's been plowed recently. We're going to start with the soybeans that went bad, and we're going to replant soybeans in there. I don't think we'll get to that today, but at least we can start getting that field prepped. Very exciting. This thing, oh, seems to be running pretty good. Go ahead and get this opened up, and we'll see. Hopefully, we got enough power here. Lower, it is lowered down. Yes. This is gonna do the trick. And we got enough time today to get this done, so it's not anywhere near time to plant soybeans, so we'll have to figure out what we can plant and go from there. And before we get comments about it, the soybeans would not have been withered yet, but we withered them just for the story. Just go with it. I am hoping to get the sawmill up and running today too. So hopefully we get this done before it's too dark, and I think that might be good use of our time because that can get some more income coming in. We can sell the planks right away, even if the prices aren't good. We're gonna be in one of those scenarios for quite a while where we're not going to really care about the price. We're just going to need to bring in money for a good amount of time until we get a good cycle of crops in. We need to prep the grapes too, though it might not be till spring until they start growing again. It would be nice to get them in a state where they're prepared for then. Make sure it's all mulched and everything before the time comes and pruned. So now that we have a little bit of cash, I did make a phone call to some of the old employees of Isaac's to see if they wanted to, or if they were willing to help out around the farm, and they turned me down as well. Starting to get a vibe that I'm not welcome in this town anymore, at least from the farming community. Got to figure out how to repair that reputation. Well, it is real nice being back in the tractor, cultivating, getting some work done, and not being in prison. It was a long 9 months, and we're back on the farm, and it feels good. I think, you know, I've been thinking about the people turning me down for work. No way I'm going to be able to get contracts to help with money. And Ken just really telling me off. I still need to get in touch with Isaac and see if he feels the same way. You know, this is the field that we might be selling back to him. Still haven't decided yet. We'll see how that conversation goes. And now that I think about it, it's kind of silly prepping this field first, but oh man, yeah. So we're gonna lay low for a while. We'll just keep busy on the farm. I don't think people will forget, but maybe they'll slowly, you know, earn their trust back. And that's really all we can do is, you know, slowly earn people's trust back by showing them that there's nothing really to worry about with us. And we'll stir up conversations when we run into people in town, but for the most part, we're going to mind our own business for a while here in Montana. It's nice to be back, though. There we go. All done. Let's put the cultivator away. We're going to head on over to the sawmill after that and potentially get that all loaded up and turned back on. Taking the good old telehandler out. I haven't been to the sawmill. I don't know if they took our wood chips as well. I would assume. Oh, good thing the puppy's doing good. But yeah, let's go find out. We'll chop down some trees. We're gonna have to cut them down into small pieces so that we can move them to the sawmill, but that shouldn't be too much work. At least while we still have some daylight, we'll get as much done as we can here in this August afternoon. And this field, yeah, oh man, it's so sad seeing all those crops just go to waste. So yeah, it's empty. I don't see any wood chips either. They really took everything from me, didn't they? All right, let's take these spruce trees down. Some of these old ones that are kind of dying off anyways. There we go, there's one down. That one's still good, but these ones, yeah, I think they're the ones that we've been wanting to focus on. So I'll get a handful of these cut down and then chopped down into even smaller bits and moved over to the sawmill and get that populated for the last thing we do in this August afternoon. Well, we've chopped down quite a bit of trees. We have 23,000 linear feet or liters, depending on who you ask. 23,000 units, I will call it, just for argument's sake, in the sawmill. We're gonna make planks, we're gonna make long planks, we're gonna make wood beams, and we're gonna make prefab walls. So that's the plan. Hopefully we have enough in here to get us overnight, and we'll learn a little bit about that in the morning to see how much that really does. But all in all, it's super nice to be back on the farm. Let's go ahead and head home, get a good night's sleep in our own bed for the first time in a long time. And this season of Whiskey RP, we're gonna do it. We're gonna become very successful, even more successful than we were trending in season 1. I can already feel it. We've got a lot of recovery to make here. Redemption story is just starting. You can see we're sitting at $8,500 to start the day. We got a lot to do in September. We're going to treat the grass field to make sure we get as much, hopefully silage. Hopefully we'll have enough money by the time the grass grows to turn that into silage. We just need a wrapper. And we're going to go check on, well, what else do we have to do? We're going to plant barley in this field. Barley would be the best for us to get a quickest turnaround from what I was looking at. It'll be ready in June if we plant it now, I believe. So that will be good to get some more money coming in as we, start thinking about getting that debt paid off so we can get that liquor license so we can actually make whiskey. But we're heading over to the Sawmill to see how it did overnight, to see about how much we're going to have to populate it. And hopefully we have some things to sell. I know we'd had a late night, so it might not have had a lot of time to produce anything. And we might have the setting wrong, so we might not be able to see anything. So we'll go over there and fix that. And then, well, that's a lot of wood chips. All right, we got one prefab wall. Looks like we have one wood beam there. 3 of the planks and 2 of the long planks, and still 12,000. So I'm guessing about 20,000 might be what it's going to go through a day with this. Oh, we'll find out though. But I think with a little bit of money, we want to see if we can afford some forks for the telehandler and get the truck over here to load some of this up. So let's go ahead and we'll head home. We'll leave the telehandler here for now. We'll get the truck in the trailer, and we'll head to the store and see about getting some forks. So it costs us $2,000 for these forks that will definitely work with the telehandler, so that'll help us load this up. So let's get all of the goods loaded up, see what we have to sell, and go from there. And then we'll start prepping some fields for barley. And I put a call in for Isaac. I left him a message. I didn't really want to bother him at his house, so we'll see if he ends up calling me back or not, or if we've completely lost touch here. We are going to lay low, but I did want to call Isaac just because I felt like I had a better relationship with him than Ken. We'll see. I think we'll start with this prefab wall. We'll get it put on the trailer here. Gosh, this telehandler is nice though. Really happy that we ended up purchasing this. There, strap that in so it doesn't go anywhere. I think we'll stack these on top of each other for storing on the trailer a little better. There we go. All right, and the last of the regular planks. Get these all loaded up. Kind of interested to see what kind of money this brings in. Hoping this is a good financial decision for us, just to kind of help us, like we've mentioned many times, get back on our feet and get this farm back to being profitable. And what a surprise. You'll never guess. If you followed this series, Hoot's Place is buying wood. What do they do there? But yeah, we got 2,000, looks like long planks, 3,000 planks, 1,000 prefab walls, and 1,000 wood beams. Let's go see what kind of money this brings in. Oh, it's been a while, but we are arriving at Hoot's Place to see how much this is going to sell for. Try to get it in one go here for a nice number. 48,000, that's really not bad for really a half day of production, I believe, on the sawmill. So the sawmill could turn into $100,000 a month for us potentially. Prices must be pretty good right now. So let's head home. We'll prepare the grass field next. We're gonna need to check to see if it needs lime to see what kind of product we have. But now we have a little bit of cash in hand to really help us buy some products and keep going. It should only be a few months' time before we can afford an upgraded tractor and probably sell the New Holland, which is our plans. We need to look over the other equipment too and see what needs maintained and what we need to keep. Gonna really go down to the bare bones for a little while on, our implements that we keep on hand. Doesn't look like it needs lime right now. I did send in a soil sample to the lab and they said it's looking okay. We will just get some fertilizer thrown down. Eventually a roller would be nice to really help with some yield and, just improve everything. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what we have in stock. Oh, we don't have anything. They took that stuff too? Oh, don't ever get arrested. But we had some solid fertilizer delivered, a little over $1,900. And we'll go ahead and get the spreader all set up and filled up for that. And that should be a pretty quick job. And it looks like we had some in it. They didn't catch that. Ha! We got them that time. If I would have known better, I would have stored all my goods and implements for them not to check. Let's go ahead and top it off just to have it full. Oh, took what it did. Forgot how big this one was. And actually, while we're thinking about it, We might run out of gas today, so let's go ahead and top off on that unless they took our fuel as well. Nope, it looks like we're still good here. All right, that's good for now. Yeah, and this little grass field, you know, at this point, wish it was a little bit bigger, but it is what it is. We might do something with the other grass area that we cut last time that we've never really expanded the vineyard to. I think we learned that the size of a vineyard we have is probably going to be good enough for us long term. So maybe that's something that we think about. Do we make another grass field? Potentially, that could really help us out. And I don't think we'll get another cut of this in this year, but come March, April time, we'll definitely be in good shape for us to get a good cut out of the grass when spring comes. So yeah, let's get this all fertilized, and then we can probably unload all of this solid fertilizer and buy some lime to get the new barley field prepped. Quick and easy job. Man, everything seems easy after the last 9 months I've been through. Just not sure how much lime it's going to take, so we did buy about $3,600 worth. So we'll get this filled up, and we'll start spraying that, spreading it on that field that we cultivated, the one behind us, Isaac's old field. Ugh, feel guilty. Maybe we should sell it back to him. All right, so that should be good for now, and we'll have 5 more left over. And I'm not sure how much this is gonna take. You know, it's been a while since I've done this. Let's go a little, yeah, this should be fine to do the headland here. And that'll allow us to do a little bit of up and down later, but it doesn't seem to be going through it too fast. It kind of is. So hopefully those other 5 over there are enough, but we'll soon find out. Sure is going through the lime a lot faster than I remember. We're almost empty already, and we're not even really a quarter of the way through this field. So we'll let this run out. We'll refill. We'll see as far as we can get with what we purchased before we buy more, because, you know, money's a thing. We got 49,000, but we didn't want it all to go towards lime. Well, that's, yeah, seems like almost a quarter of this field. Let's go fill up. So we'll probably need at least 6 more, I'm thinking, but like I said, we'll wait to buy them until that time comes. Let's get these all filled up here. It seemed like it held, what, 3? Yeah, 66%. Yeah, so it'll hold 3, so we'll have 2 left. We'll buy, you know, probably 5 more then is what I'm thinking we're gonna need. But we'll see. The second set seems to be lasting a lot longer. Interesting. Very interesting. Seems like we might be able to finish it with it. I'm confused. All right, didn't quite finish it. I think I was just being a little silly there, but I think we're gonna try using just those other 2 bags to see if that'll get us by. Might as well before we buy more, right? All right, filled it all up. Let's see if we can finish this field. I'm optimistic at this point. Who knows? Pretty optimistic at this point. We got 38%. We got just that little slice to do after this pass. Coming along nice. Making some good progress. Hopefully this rain doesn't ruin our day, though. That's coming in. Yeah, just taking a peek at the sawmill. We got another plank and long plank already. Definitely think that's gonna be the key to getting us back. And beams. Nice. It's gonna be the key. Getting us back to a successful whiskey distillery. Let's go ahead and get this home. And I think, you know, it's still early. We might want to prune the grapes and start getting that prepped for next go around and make sure the grapes can grow in the spring. We got time. Yeah, maybe. This is the normal time when we would start harvesting soon. Just thinking, maybe we'll wait a month or 2 for that. Let's get the planter. Excuse me, let's get the seeder, and we'll get that all prepped and see if we have some seed in it. Otherwise, we will have to order some. And then we do have enough solid fertilizer, so we'll be able to put that in there. Let's get this put away first, though. All right, we just ordered a little bit over $1,800 worth of seeds. We will go through them. Let's see how much fills up. We'll sneak over to this other shed here and get this all topped off with fertilizer. There's our puppy wandering around. What is the dog's name on this one? Oh, we don't see it? We have stuff shut off for that? Let's find out. Oh, where do we see your name? Well, sidetracked. All right, fertilizer's all set. We are set to barley. This is exciting. Get back to the field, start planting. First time in a long time. Feels really good to be back in Montana. Seeds are going in the ground. Don't ask why I started this way. I really don't know. Definitely spin around and do the end rows here to make sure we have enough room to turn around for the rest of the planting here. And I guess I could have scooted over a hair. Yeah, like that. That's good. 11 miles an hour seems more realistic there. And we'll do, gosh, probably 3 of these end rows here just to make sure, and then maybe do the same on the other side so that we can speed this up and turn around and not have to worry about lifting. That might be a nice idea. All right, we got 3 of those end rows done, so that should be a good gap there. We'll head down this direction and do the same. I think maybe 14. Yeah, that feels like a better speed. Recommends 18 though, that seems too fast. I had a nice little conversation with my probation officer to really understand the limitations of while I'm on probation and while we wait to get this debt completely paid off. Just kind of thinking through some of the financial decisions that we can make and wanting to know the limitations. One of the main things is I can't start the whiskey distillery. I can't build and purchase the blueprints and have the construction company come back in and replace that building that was taken away until that's all taken care of. But we could get the sugar mill back. We did sell that to pay some of the fines, and they tore it down, and you know, the magic of this world of farming simulator, they were able to relocate it for someone else that did purchase it. So we'll have to get a new one delivered and installed. But, you know, those are some things to think about, and some other plans. We did mention animals. There's nothing limiting me from spending my money to do that as long as I'm making my payments on time. And the reality is it could take 30 years to be able to get this liquor license. So we got to balance growing the farm, how we want to do, as well as paying off some of that debt so we can get closer to unlocking the ability to apply for that license and get the distillery back. So, you know, just catching you up on some of the things that I've been thinking about while I'm, you know, getting this barley field all prepped. A little bit of rain coming down. As long as the field doesn't get too wet, I think we'll continue. Otherwise, we might have to find something to do, and hopefully it's not a long storm because I really want to get this field planted. I don't want to have this crop kind of half planted this month. Oh. And checking the forecast, it should only be here for about an hour. So worst case scenario, we could take a little lunch break, but it is just sprinkling still. We'll see how it goes. All right, it's coming down a little harder than sprinkling now. So we're gonna head on over to the sawmill, see how it's doing. Might cut down a few trees, get them prepped to install into the sawmill. Install? What do they do with those? Add them to the inventory? 9,000 left. Yeah, we'll cut down a couple more of these big trees and get them moved over. We can handle being out here in the rain. This one looks like a good one. And this one. Small enough piece to just carry. That's what we've been doing, just cutting these down, be able to carry them over here. And we don't completely show that in the time lapse or in the video because it gets a little tedious. All right, there. Yep, still good. Puppy seems to be scared of the storm. There he goes. Go ahead and head home, bud. We'll get you fed later. We got 33,000 liters in here. I think we'll just hang out with some of the employees here until the storm passes. All right, storm's finally passed. Let's let it dry it out a little bit. You can see the sun is shining again. So let's go ahead and get back in the tractor and get this field finished planted. Barley, so we can move on with the next tasks. First field is done being planted. The barley will come in nice, I expect. Good fertilizer on it. We'll have to spread some more on it in a month or two, as well as kill some weeds. We'll probably use one of our implements we have, either the weeder or the hoe, to take care of that, depending on when we get around to it. There's only one more thing I want to do, and I think we need a little bit more cash, so we're gonna sell everything we have at the sawmill right now and get that little bit of money. Yeah, you'll see in a second. All right, we got everything loaded up here. 2,000 planks, 1,000 long planks, and 1,000 wood beams. Let's get a little bit of extra cash in our pocket, and then we'll buy something. Back to good old Hoot's place. At least they're still letting me sell stuff here. Another 22,000, that's definitely gonna be enough. Let's get home and show you what we've ordered and had delivered. Going a little careful with the amount that we bought. We got sheep. We have sheep. So the next thing, it looks like the water is pre-plumbed in this, and it goes real nice with everything else. Look at that. Look at that. So we do need to cut some grass here and get them some food. Make sure their health stays good. We went with the brown Swiss. We got a few babies in here and a few adults, or 8-month-old ones. So they should produce wool for us right away. Step 1 in our new plan. So it looks like with this mod, hay is for 100% productivity, 90% for grass. We don't have an implement for making hay yet. So we will be starting off with grass. I'm going to get a little bit cut today. So we'll get back on the mower, and then we will bale it up real quick. Just get them enough food to get them through the night before we do a little bit more cutting of grass to make sure they have enough food for a while. We only have 8. So the grass that we have out here should be enough. I'm just going to do right next to the field that we planted today. And hopefully we get enough bales out of that to satisfy the sheep for, a few months. Yep, another job to get done real quick here as it's already 4 o'clock, so we got plenty of time to finish off for the day. We did find a $6,000 tedder that we're going to use, and I think we will do it on the John Deere. I'm enjoying driving the John Deere around, so let's get that going. We're going to turn it into hay, then we'll row it, then we'll bale it. I think the sheep will definitely appreciate getting top quality food that it calls for them. And we got plenty of grass areas to cut and turn into hay in the meantime if we don't have enough food, but this definitely should be enough to get them started. Not a bad size tedder for the cost either. Yeah, very nice. Just spreading it out a little farther than I like, but we'll be able to row that back in. Very nice little tedder we got here. I really dig it. I think it's going to come in handy. The sheep are going to love it too once we get it all rowed up and baled. Very good investment in my opinion. We'll find out if my probation officer feels the same way. So we spent a little bit of extra time to row it into one large row. I'm excited to see how much hay we get here and see how far it lasts, because we got a couple more areas like this that we can cut. So I'm hoping we're not going to regret getting the sheep too early. Should have changed the size. I don't know if we can on this one. So we'll go ahead and unload this right here. Unload the one, and exactly sure where the food goes. Should go right there. Are you not going to take hay even though you told me? Or maybe it goes over there. Maybe hay goes over there. Let's find out. Yes, hay goes over here. Very cool. So what percentage did that get us to on here? Not too bad. Go ahead and get that other bale. We're just going to grab it for now. And it looks like we have another one that's about 60% full. So when we cut in a couple months, we'll see, maybe next month we'll have to cut another area and get a little bit more inventory built up for the sheep. But they should take all of that. And yeah, it's almost full. So it would have been 3 bales, would have been really nice if we could just, maybe we get a forage wagon for this. Oh, that could be the thing. Very cool. They've got food. They should be happy. Do these open? No. This probably does though. Nope. All right. We are currently working on getting rid of all the weeds in the new barley field. We got everything prepped at the sawmill to take to the sales location. We also cut a little bit of grass to make sure we had enough food for the sheep. They didn't go through much food, so we definitely have plenty of capacity, and I got about 3 more bales for them to hold them over for the next few months, and I think that'll work out good. So everything's tracking nice. So we'll get this finished. We'll go sell all the lumber and those products that we created and see how our money's looking. And then we're gonna start prepping probably the grapevines and one of our other fields to get ready. We're not gonna plant anything till spring. It is October. Not a lot of options for things to plant right now. We could do wheat, but we already got the barley here. So I think we'll do soybeans and probably sugar beets in the other 2 fields come March and April. Well, we've been back for a few months. We're going to, sell all this lumber here, and it's starting to feel like it's going to take forever to get out of debt. I know we're going to have to get through a few, crop seasons and get harvesting and get a lot of income coming, and it's just going to take time, but it just doesn't feel like we're making any progress, and I don't know how to change that. Patience is what we're going to learn here in our return to the farm. But, I'm hoping a lot of money comes in right here. Let's see how this does. And pretty good, $75,000 in products, almost 76,000. That's a good start to the day. Yeah, let's head home. We're going to prune the grapes and probably mulch and everything and just get that really prepared for spring. And then probably cultivate a little bit. I would like to make a good dent in that loan and see if we can maybe get people in our favor by showing that we're taking our responsibilities serious and chipping away at our debt and other things. The farm's looking great. I'd like to get these damaged crops out of the way just to make it look completely clean here. Like we are absolutely taking care of our responsibilities and think that might be the best way to earn the trust of the people of this town. You know, the Landini is something that is questionable if we actually need. I think we do need it, though. I think it definitely comes in handy being able to sneak in between these vines so easily. Let's go ahead and see if we remember how to do this. Line up here. No, no, there we go. Boy, it's picky. What the heck's going on here? Do we raise it up maybe? That makes it easier. There we go. You gotta have it up. We gotta have it raised. Now we're flying. He's nice and prepped for spring growth. Be really nice. Well, they look very bare, but it's looking good. You know, it's a job that needed to get done. Not the most exciting job, but it's a nice step closer to a goal of getting back to our yeast factory. And money, yeah, money, money, money. It's all going to be about money. And we might do, gosh, I'm thinking about doing some weird things, you know. When we first started this journey, we did some lumberjack work. We do have the sawmill, but that doesn't mean we can't do trailers full of wood. That's one idea I have to get out of debt, is just pile a bunch of wood up, go sell it where we used to sell it at the old sawmill that we don't own. That could be an idea. I'm trying to think of some other ways just to make some fast cash to really speed up our progress here. And I just, you know, I can't think of very many ideas, but we might do some lumber work, make, you know, $20,000-$30,000 a pop, you know, per trailer load is a possibility. We do have some trees out there, but we want to make sure we have enough for, you know, our sawmill. Just, you know, just trying to figure that out. But we're going to go ahead and get one of these fields cultivated. I think it's just about time to do that. You know, there's not much else to do around the farm until spring besides get these fields prepped. So I think that's what we will focus on for the rest of the fall. Yeah, just not a lot to do besides, you know, come up with ideas to get out of debt. And contracts, you know, would be nice if that was an option, but I don't think that's going to be the case for us anytime soon. You know, the used market was something I was tempted to look into for some tractors, but I think we're going to have to just deal with the New Holland until we get out of debt. I think it's the most wise decision. Been kind of thinking through that over the last month or so, and I really want to get rid of the New Holland and upgrade, but I think it'll probably stick around forever, and we'll just have to, you know, make some money. We need to get out of debt though. So 80,000 in our name. I'm really tempted to make like a $50,000 payment, and, you know, just to kind of get going with that and start feeling like we're progressing on it. So I'm gonna finish cultivating both these fields and see how I feel about that thought, you know, afterwards. Boy, what a grind this has been, but oh my goodness, does the farm already look so much better. The fields are looking great. I think this will help. I think people that drive by and see how well I'm taking care of my property, it's gotta help, right? It can't hurt. It can't hurt. And it's done. It's done. It looks amazing. We did think through the possibility of paying off some debt, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna pay, you know, we're gonna pay 50,000. Jump in here. We're gonna do a special payment here, and we're now down to $575,000 in debt, and we still have $31,000 to our name. Yeah, 3 months in, making a big dent in it. There's a lot of money to the left of us, though. A lot of money to the left of us in that barley field. We have a good amount of money in these two fields this spring coming, especially when we do soybeans in this bigger one. I mean, that alone might get us close to out of debt with the combination of all the money we're making off of the sawmill. And I think we'll hold in our back pocket if we get desperate selling more wood. We've got all our fertilizer loaded up in our spreader here. We're going to go ahead and fertilize the barley field, get that all prepared, and then I think we don't have much to do. It's kind of sad, but that's about all we're gonna have to do for a little while, and I think it's okay. We'll spend some time, you know, cutting down some trees, keeping the sawmill populated, get through this winter, get to spring, and at that point we'll have a lot to do in spring. But let's go ahead and get this all fertilized. If we can go straight here, there we go. We'll get this second application of fertilizer put down and take a little bit of a break. We've earned it. Just getting a few spots that we missed here of fertilizer, and then all of our chores are done. We'll just, you know, check on the sheep, make sure they have enough food, and we're gonna take some rest. We're gonna enjoy the holidays, make sure the sawmill is full, and yeah, pretty much relax until spring almost. A quick little November update as we just do a little bit of work here. We're gonna go sell all these to Hoot's Place and pay off a little more debt. Keep everything afloat. Things are looking good. We get out of probation in 2 months' time, too. That's exciting. A lot of goods here. Man, $105,000. We're going to pay $100,000 towards our debt right now. $100,000. We are down to $474 to go. That's exciting. Wow. Just head over and check on the sheep before we relax. And what's going on with this field? Poplar and then poplar. In 2 different phases. Interesting. Michael, what are you doing with your fields there? Strange. Little glitch. All right, see, sheep. You don't need this? You guys eating anything? They're full. Nice. Nice, and we got a little bit of wool over here. It's starting to slowly get produced, and we got these 2 bales left. At this rate of food, I think we're good till winter, or through winter. And good night. Are they not eating? What is going on? Barely anything. We're gonna get a little bit of wood chopped down. We need to get our... Geez, we need to get our stump grinder out here and take care of all this. But let's get a little bit more wood into the sawmill before we go sell everything. Cut down about 3 trees today. And December's selling event. Hopefully it's just as good. I haven't even been checking the prices, so I'm not even sure if we're at peak or what that was last month. 100,000 shocked me. It gets better. It gets better. Well, we've made some wise decisions, and we're going to be out of debt in no time at this rate. Yes, and probation's lifted next month. Oh, man. A little bit of rinse and repeat. We'll check on the sheep. Check on everything else we need to check on. I think everything's, good until March. All right, plenty of food, so they're gonna be fine. We're not gonna have to cut any more grass. It is January. Just got off the phone with my probation officer. We're officially free. We can move if we want to liquidate this whole property, but I think we're better than that. I think we need to build our reputation back and get this whiskey distillery back up and running now that we can. Well, we got to get rid of our debt too. That was the other stipulation, but that's going good as we head back over to the sawmill to see what's going on. And that is a huge wood chip pile. We're gonna have to figure out how to do something with that soon. That's more than what we're gonna need for the whiskey distillery. So yeah, things are looking on the up and up for us though. Let's pay off some more debt too. Let's drop another 100,000 on this. 368,000 to go. We've cut it in half pretty much. We got a lot to load up here. We ran out of wood. We'll have to get more wood going for that. Oh, exciting. Here we go in January. Let's get this sold. 110. It just gets better. Wow. At this point, I think we start thinking a little bit more about the future as we are halfway through our debt already. We know that we can get out of it pretty quick, but do we start diversifying and growing in other areas to speed up progress? I think we start pocketing some money. We do want to upgrade some equipment, and I think it is time to slow down on the debt. The interest isn't really hurting us that much, so let's get home, let's regroup. I think there's some things we can do in January around the farm to get us prepped for spring. Yeah, let's find out. Grass isn't quite ready. That's not going to be till April, I believe. Let's see what they got planted next door. Oh, we got a fresh field over here. Yeah, it's tempting. We could buy this field. Let's check the used market and see what's for sale today. No items at all. Well, I guess we'll see you in February. More snow. Well, spring's arrived. We're not going to do a lot of episodes like this. Definitely not. But I wanted to power through, get, not a lot to do in that time frame since we turned seasonal growth back on. So we'll figure it out. Let me know what you think. Is it okay to pass through like that? Should we show a little bit, find some jobs to do, maybe, build things around the property? But let's head on over to the sawmill and do our last selling event of the episode, and then we can get to work. I believe we can plant the soybeans. I take it back. We can plant the sugar beets. We can plant the soybeans in April. And being that we waited a couple months, we're gonna have a lot to load up. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to fit all of this on one trailer. Oh, and I parked the trailer a little bit too close. Let's see if we can sneak it on here. All right, that'll do. I think we will come back for just the planks. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Yep, let's go see what this does to our balance. All right, last time this episode, and we might take a break from some of the lumbering here and shut the sawmill off for a while. Because it seems a little OP. That's 132,000. Let's go back and get the planks and see how much more money we get from them. And hopefully Hoot's Place doesn't mind that I drive in their yard. Yep, 13,000 wood planks. Let's go sell those. Yep, pretty redundant, but here we go. 57,000. We have $326,000 to our name, 362,000 in debt. I'm gonna throw 300,000 at it right now. I want it gone. 62,000, not the trailer. I want the trailer though. There we go. 26,000 in our name, 62,000 in debt. It won't be long before we are free and clear and ready to completely control our own destiny. All right, we got a good amount of lime delivered. Need to get those fields prepped, and then later today we will be planting sugar beets in the smaller of the two, and next month we'll be planting soybeans. But we'll get it nice and prepped for that. Get all these filled up in here, and hopefully it's enough. We'll do one field at a time this go around. All right, all filled up. We'll see how 6,000 liters of lime does on this field. It's nice to get back to farm work. We have no wood left in the sawmill. We could get the maple syrup plant up and running again. We've been neglected that. Yeah, starting right here. Go ahead and get some lime spread out. Yeah, again, we won't do very many episodes that skip through time that much, but I thought it was good to get caught up and close to being out of debt, and was kind of hoping we had enough product to sell for that, but we didn't. That's okay. Very soon, we'll be out of debt. We'll get the sugar mill back. We'll get the yeast factory back. We'll get the whiskey distillery back. It's coming in time. Oh, we're gonna run out. We're gonna run out with just a little bit to go. Oh, that's sad. All right, let's go get one more bag full, and the animation was stuck there. That's kind of funny. Yeah, we'll get one more bag full. We'll finish that strip up, and then we'll get the planter all hooked up. And yeah, sugar beets. It's so fun. It's so fun. We're gonna have to rent. We'll save money. We'll rent for the harvesting equipment because there's no way we're doing that with the single row harvesting anymore. Well, if we don't have money, I guess we will, but we'll save up money to rent for that. Out, sneak over here, just get one more bag full here, and that should be more than enough to finish up. You know, let's go ahead and put all of them in there. We are gonna use this spreader next time for lime, the other field, and we'll definitely need more lime for that. All right, here we go, last little bit, and we'll waste a little bit of product there, but not too bad. Let's watch our speed. We don't want to go too fast so we get enough spread. Very, very nice. Another job done. Yeah, in the bigger field, we'll do soybeans, and that'll definitely be a huge profit. That'll be a field that's just for profit, really. And gosh, we'll have to get some sugar produced. We're gonna have to save money up for the sugar. Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot. Rinse and repeat. It feels a lot like season 1 at this point, but we're making progress fast. We learned a lot from season 1, and we know what to do to make quick decisions, and decisions that are really going to help us move fast. So not too stressed about that part of it. Look at that. We got fertilizer in this already. They didn't find that fertilizer either. Yeah, that's helping. That is helping. Get the seeds all filled up, and let's get this planted. Oh, very nice. Sugar beets are going in the ground. Gonna have a good year, it feels like. Kind of one of the things that we've decided we're going to really embrace this year around the farm is hiring ex-cons and ex-felons to work on the farm. And it's a program that we're starting, and we're working with the state of Montana to set that up. So we'll be able to get some workers here and give them a shot at redemption, just like we're having, to get them back on their feet. And I figured that was the best way to really do this. And I think the community will see that we're trying to get back to the community as well as just prove ourselves again. Hopefully it doesn't backfire, though. It shouldn't, though, right? All right, and there's our first employee. Hey, he's Bobby. Bobby, enjoy. Let me know when you need more seed for the sugar beets. We're going to get mulching going for the grape field here. The grape vineyard, the vines. Get this equipment all hooked up to the Landini, and hopefully we don't come back to a mess of both fields being planted, but we'll be able to keep a close eye as we're nearby here. All right, it's been a long time since we've done this task. See if we can do a good job of getting lined up. Go ahead and get them lowered. There's the front, there's the back, and That should be it, right? As close as we can here. I'm not sure it's even doing anything. Yeah, there's nothing to turn on these, so they should just be doing their thing. You know, it looks like it's in good shape. Maybe this isn't even necessary yet. As I say that, it starts going. Let me know. I'm still not good with the grapevines. I think this is a waste of time. I think we need to let it grow a little bit before we do this. I'm not sure why it didn't get overgrown when we sped up time to get to this time of year. I don't know. I'm confused. Let me know. We'll do the middle and see if it does anything different, but I think something weird happened with the game and it didn't actually progress the vines. Because I never pruned them, maybe? Never pruned them after last time we harvested. Maybe that's it. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing anything, so I think we're good to leave this as is until it starts growing in. Maybe it's just too early to do anything with grapes? We should maybe read the help page and learn a little bit more. Looks like we have 12 sheep now. We had 4 new ones born. I need to get the mod enabled so they look like babies. Why don't I have that? Oh, what a mistake. What's the dog's name? Utopia. That's right. This is where our helpers will be staying. And, you know, it's in the backyard. It's not too bad. You know, hopefully the family comes back soon. They've kind of left me as well, but Utopia is still here. One of the things I totally spaced since it's been a while since we played in this map and this save file. We have a mod enabled and it makes all the prices the same throughout the whole year. They just don't fluctuate as much. And that's why we're able to sell the wood all the time. I was confused and I had to look into that and kind of remember. And yeah, I am in the middle of trying to prepare shareable mod lists for you guys. It'll be on Google Docs and we'll have direct links to all the mods to download them. I'm struggling to find time to really dedicate to that. It's really busy work and it takes a little bit of time to really go through and find all those links again. And I apologize for that for all of you looking forward to those lists. So that being said, we do need to get more water in the maple syrup production. Oh, we just crashed. But we want to get these planks moved over and get these sold. And I think I could probably do 2 at a time, maybe 3. And I have no idea how many more are going to spawn here. All right, we'll just take those 2. See if we can remember exactly how to drop this off at the distribution plant here. We do have some pending orders to take care of. We're lonely over here. There we go, 2,400 bucks. And we'll do that again with 2 more, 3 more. Who knows how many more? Let's see if another one spawns here. Okay, 2 more loaded on. And 2,400 more dollars. And sold. 1,300 bucks. 1,247. Not bad. We're sitting at $28,000. Let's get the telehandler home and check on our worker. We might just send them home for the day since we don't have a lot of work to do and finish that up ourselves. And at some point we need to get... Actually, let's do that before we'll hook up. I think we can hook up to this and get some water. Beautiful. Let's take it over to the water spout. This is going to be a little pricey, unfortunately. Water is expensive in Montana, apparently. Oh, we can move this too while we're at it. That's not what I had in mind, but that'll do. We're close enough. We are. Yeah, look at that money drain. Look at it go down, slowly filling this up. That'll be good for now. That seems broken. We might need to find a better way. Tank's empty. Let's go help them. A couple spots getting missed, and I think that's just from the terrain, little bumps, so we could go over them later or just not stress about it because this is going to be plenty of sugar beets to get the sugar production back up and running. We'll give this one more top off, and it looks like we'll probably need 1 more after this as well. Them back lined up. Yeah, let's see. Let's lower this, turn it on. Yeah, they must have been going the other way and it just made it a little bit harder to plant there. All right, now let's go ahead and see if this would be enough to get the production back up and running at least. Yeah, it took all of it and it barely touched it. So we will go ahead and activate that. And we're gonna head on into town and see about getting some water from the river. If I remember correctly, there is a little spot here where we can back in, and I don't think there's anybody that'll mind if we do this. Maybe this isn't the best way to build our reputation back. And let's go ahead and get it all filled up. Yeah, only 7,300. That's right. We have to do multiple trips to get that filled up. So, is it going to be too heavy for us? We can do it. We can do it. There we go. A little slow going home, but we'll get there. Let me know what you think about the sawmill. It seemed to be a little overpowering, a little OP to me to get out of debt as fast as we did. It was a nice way to be able to speed up and get us back to where we need to be in the series. Let me know what you think, though. Should we keep going with that? It seems a little cheesy, if I'm not being honest, or if I'm being honest. That should be enough water for now, and we'll get that production back going. And we already did that. But yeah, let me know what you think about that, and we will, you know, I probably have one more episode that I will pre-record before I see any comments from this video, but I definitely will take that into consideration for some of our plans moving forward. Let me know, yeah, should we keep the sawmill going? Should we, you know, maybe replant trees? I do kind of have plans for that area. That's kind of why I was clearing it out, but there might be some room to replant some trees as well back there. But let's check on the sugar beets, and that's going to be the last thing we're going to do today. So we will try to get those all busted out and finished up. Doing the last little row here. It's been a good day of planting and getting back on the farm. Very nice. Spring is here. Next episode, we'll definitely cut some grass. I think we might get some more sheep too. I want to get that moving a lot faster, get some more wool produced, so that we can then, you know, get the spinnery. And there's no secret there, right? We're making clothing line. We're making the SWU clothing line to sell with the whiskey, get the brand out there. Might get that going before the whiskey distillery. We'll see how money all works for that. But I think that's gonna do it for today's episode. Let me know what you thought of it. Again, we won't be skipping through too much time like this, except for when there's nothing to do. You know, it kind of makes sense that we skip through time. Wasn't a lot to do except for sell things, but for the next, gosh, 9 months on this, you know, this save, there's gonna be a lot to do. Yeah, I made some decisions on the logging in the sawmill. Let's head on over there. First of all, thanks for all the comments. You can see we do have 9,200 planks, or 9,200 logs left in here, and there's nothing here. So we have it set up. Let's jump into the production. And we have it set up to selling. And then we also have a mod in here that allows us to change the direct selling factor. I put it to 0.85. So the way we're role playing this, and we're going to go pick up some more equipment, but this is a business venture. We hired a distribution manager and a selling, or, you know, a logistics, someone in logistics or transportation, I guess we could say a transportation manager, let's call them that, and they're going to be the ones selling the goods for us. So let's head on over to the store and let's talk to them about getting a truck for the new manager. All right, for $34,000 we got this nice truck here with a little flatbed on it. So they're going to be able to load everything up to this flatbed, take multiple trips to the store, but this truck's basically just going to stay at the sawmill. And we're just role-playing it as this is the vehicle for transportation. If we end up expanding the sawmill operation to have multiple sawmills or multiple productions, we can, you know, upgrade the equipment, maybe put a trailer on this as well, a low loader. That might actually make sense anyways, since we do have the fifth wheel attachment there. We'll go ahead and jump into construction mode here and paint out a nice little parking area for him. A little wider. There, grab our dirt back, clean this up a little bit. There we go. And this, gosh, this mod kind of worries me. It's not completely flat. Maybe we, uh-oh. Didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. That's going to be there forever now. Nope, we don't want to do that. We want... Okay, we're not going to do the white lines. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. And we're going to enjoy that being there. And maybe I'll figure out how to remove that later. But that's going to live there. Aye, aye, aye. And that's how we're going to roleplay that. Let me know if you think it's cheesy. I think it's a brilliant idea. And let's get to work on the farm. We never put the planter away. We can see we have some sugar beets growing that are infested with weeds, and we'll get that going. We'll hire somebody, like we mentioned. The new worker program is going to come in handy. We'll get a worker on the hoe, getting rid of those weeds while we prepare the new soybean field. So yeah, income's going to come in fast, and throughout the day, every hour we should sell what we have. So that'll be nice. We do have enough to pay off our debt, which we probably will do soon. I'm going to go ahead and get this started while we have our helper helping out on the other field right now. Just wanted to start getting this cleaned up, and then we'll switch jobs. And we'll focus primarily on the new soybean field. And oh, what do we have over here? We have growth, and look at this. We are a month early. We can clean all this up too. Awesome. That answers that. And got a nice comment telling me I had the implements on the wrong side. Yeah, you need to cultivate or mulch first and then cultivate in the back. That completely makes sense. We'll get that fixed next time. But yeah, we'll get this, basically the end rows here done and the whole headland, and then switch on over. Just want to make sure they don't accidentally go into the soybean field as we get moving and making progress over there. What in the world? I don't understand what's happening there. Maybe it doesn't have enough power to actually do this? Let's try this direction, see if it's any different. It seemed to be going fine until we got to that spot, and it just got stuck, and there's nothing there. I don't see anything. Doesn't like it right here. Let's see if it stops this direction. It is. Some imaginary issue going on here. So strange. All right, got it done. Threw me for a loop there. I don't get that. Let's see if it does it this direction too. Seems to be working okay. Imaginary, magical spot there. Interesting. Yeah, let's get this headland finished and get on with our plans for the day. All right, so we got our worker helped here, and just in time because we need to refill the lime tank. Very nice. Went ahead and got 5 pallets delivered. Let's go ahead and head on over here and fill her on up. Just kind of waiting for 9 o'clock to see what kind of money comes in per hour from this, because we did skip overnight when I first enabled the sawmill setup. And I think we are going to spend a little bit more money on a low loader potentially. We'll look at the trailers that are compatible with that truck and make the decision from that. Man, I did my math wrong. I thought 5 was going to fit in here. But looking at the field, I think we'll need at least those other 2 bags. And we'll go ahead and get this set back up. And because I'm going to do some things at 9 o'clock, I'm going to go ahead and have another worker go ahead and keep on trucking on for us. Costs us a little bit more money, but that'll be good. And let's go ahead and head over to the sawmill and talk to the production manager and see how we're looking at 9. Silly white line. All right, it tipped over. It was a couple thousand. It was like 4,000, 3,000 maybe. It doesn't show us the amounts, but we were at 72. Now we're at 77. And we went ahead and had this 24-foot trailer dropped off. It was 9,500, as you can see. And let's make sure it can hook up. And I think that finishes the role playing over here. Gotta line it up perfect, or is it not actually compatible? Well, okay. We're just gonna RP it. It's just gonna sit right here forever, like it's hooked up. All right, that'll do it. I think that's pretty sweet. Nice little setup there. Got it all hooked up, but yeah, it's good. It's good. All right, we're gonna now take over lime, and we got to figure out something with these wood chips. We got to find a new storage place for them. They're just piling up. With all those purchases, we do have enough money to take over or pay off the debt, but I want to wait for there's a little bit more because we won't have very much money to buy fertilizer, seed, and lime. So we need to make sure we get everything taken care of this month before, maybe by noon. If we make enough money off the sawmill, we can do that. We could check on the maple production. I know we're still on back orders. Let's actually do that. Yeah, we got a few pallets here. We'll go ahead and get those to the distribution plant so we can make some money off of them. Sure there's no traffic. Traffic's kind of dead this morning. Interesting. And there we go. This should be about 2,400 bucks. Yeah, 2,400. So that gets us a little bit closer to feeling comfortable paying off the 59,000 that's left. Get that one last pallet moved over here. And another 1,200 to our name coming in right about now. There it is. Yeah, we'll see how we look about noon money-wise and potentially make a decision on that there, and we need more lime. So we'll head back over to that worker and take care of that. And we're pretty close to getting to plant the soybeans. I'm excited about that. Gosh, I forgot how much lime this field takes. We'll use both of these and see what we have left after that. And then we'll maybe buy 1 or 2 more. I'm guessing we're gonna need 2 more. Went ahead and bought the last 2 bags. I think we will go ahead and use, I don't think we'll use all of it, but definitely worth getting that going so we can just get this job done. And you can see they're getting very close to being done with the weeds in the sugar beet field. So very productive morning so far. And another about $3,000 per hour it looks like we're making off the sawmill. So that's what we thought. So it'd be pretty cool to have a very consistent income. And all we have to do is some lumberjack work and populate the sawmill every once in a while. Make sure it has enough inventory. Not a bad setup. All right, all the weeding is done. We just need to do another application of fertilizer later on today. And I'm sending this worker home. That's all we're gonna need them for today. We might keep the other one around for a couple other tasks, but I think the rest of the work I'm gonna do myself today. So let's get this put away. We'll go meet up with the other temporary worker up there to see how they're doing with the lime, and they should be all finished up by the time we get to that location. All done. Very nice. So this is in good shape, good condition to get the seeder hooked up and plant some soybeans. So we will do that next, and hopefully we have enough seed. I'm not sure. We might have to buy some more seed. Barley's coming along nice. Should be only a few months from now. It'll be really nice to do a harvest on this farm again. Got a good amount of product in here already, but it never hurts to top up. So we'll go ahead and get it completely full with goods here. And there we go. Yeah, we'll be back a few times. We need to get a truck and a trailer specifically for moving these products around for us to get them closer to the fields when we need to refill. That would be a good idea. Another hour ticked over. We're at $75,000 now. We're getting closer to me feeling comfortable shutting off or paying off the loan. Maybe, yeah, like we said, noon. We'll regroup at noon on that. But let's go ahead and get some soybeans in the ground here. And our first application of fertilizer as well. Looking very, very good so far. Looks like we're about halfway done, maybe. And we're gonna need to go fill up with seed. So this is going really good. It's looking good. And I remembered we have grass to cut. I'm not sure we'll get to that this episode, but that is another thing on our plate, another way to make money. We don't need a lot of hay for these sheep. They're still got backup food. I haven't had to move any food in the last few months. It seems like those aren't very hungry sheep. So, you know, more will come. Like, there'll be more babies, there'll be more sheep. But I'm a little confused in how long that food's lasting. But it's working in our favor, so I guess I shouldn't complain. But yeah, let's get this topped off and get it all finished up. And we can move on to fertilizing the sugar beets. And we're purchasing a couple bags of seed as well, because we ran out. There we go. And grab a little more fertilizer. Why not? And because we can, we'll top off on a little bit of fuel. More than enough there. And we need to do maintenance on this soon. Again, it looks like. But I don't know if we're gonna do that before we sell it. Almost a full pallet of wool. Good job, sheep. And back at it. Nice and relaxing day of seeding. Just a little strip miss there. We'll be able to turn around and get that, but we are all done planting these soybeans, and it feels good. It feels good to get all these crops prepared. We just got to do a little bit of fertilizer work over the next few months, and as well as we'll probably get some weed growth in this field, so we'll have to take care of that, you know, very soon. And that was the worst turnaround I've ever done, but we pulled it off. Yeah, so some fertilizer needs to go down in March. No, what comes after April? May. In May. And then we need to do fertilizer on the sugar beets. So we could do both of those at the same time in May. Might not be too bad. Maybe we'll do that. And we'll focus on the grapevines, getting those prepared today. So yeah, let's go put this away. We'll get on the Landini and get those implements on the right sides this time and get the grapes all prepped. And it's 1 o'clock, it's 1:30. We have $81,000. Once we put this away, I think we will call the bank and get out of debt for good. All right, let's get the mulcher hooked up on the front. And we'll back up to the subsoiler here. Get it hooked up to the back, so it does not make sense to mulch up what we just plowed. Silly, but this will be nice. We're gonna start in the middle because the side always confuses me. I always feel like I'm too far away. So we'll go ahead and grab a middle row here. Oh, we have some rain coming in here soon. Oh, we forgot to make a phone call. So special redemption here. We will pay off $59,235. Well, let us do that. 235. It does, and it's all paid off. There are some pennies there, so we wanted to get all of it paid off. Go ahead and lower both of these. And it's doing a thing. Very nice. 3 miles an hour. Taking care of everything here. Yeah. Guess it's doing its thing. Let's see if we can notice any changes on the map. Let's get rid of growing. Got cultivated. Plowed. Cultivated and... Oh, I guess that's just one color for that. Let's get all of these out of here. Yeah, I guess we'll see how that looks afterwards. Was mulch one of them? Oh, that's the growth. Here we go. Okay, so we want mulched, not showing up. Oh, I guess I'm gonna look up some tutorials on the grapes. I don't get it. I feel like you should have to get all of this close stuff. But these are the default or the vanilla game mods or implements. So you'd think this is what you need to do, and it's a little skinny compared to the width. I don't know. I don't get it. I guess I mentioned this in season 1. My assumption is that we are mulching this up, cultivating it a little bit so that the growth in this area doesn't take away from the growth of the grapevines. That's how it works in my head. Let me know if there's somebody has a good video to walk through how this works. And just finishing this last end row here. It's going good. I think it's good. We'll fertilize this as well today. And I hope we have some liquid fertilizer in the tank. I think we do. But looking at this, it seems like it's in good shape for losing 9 months on the farm and basically a whole year of grape harvests. Yeah, it seems good. Slow going. We have $25,000 to our name. And tonight I'm gonna work on the paperwork to apply for that liquor license and make sure that we're all set before we get the distillery back, which I think you'll be surprised at how quick we can get all this stuff back and start making whiskey. At least I'm optimistic. And I'm pessimistic by nature. We do have 53%, which from what I remember should be plenty. And I don't remember if this folds or raises. It doesn't. Okay, so this should be a quick job. Start in this first one, and it should get both. Oh, turned it on a little too soon and ran into a vine. But it should get both sides here. We'll scoot up just a little bit there and see fertilizer bonus. Oh, we're stuck. There we go. 91 per 77%. So I'm not sure how they're fertilized. So we will do 2 applications, even though some of it is showing already. Yeah, we're zooming through here. Very nice. Yeah, some of it's getting its second coat of fertilization. Some of it only has 1. So we will do this again in a few months' time. And another job complete on the farm. It feels great. Why did that not shut off? There we go. It feels good. It feels real good. Making some progress. We're at $29,000. That is ours. And the only thing left to do today is to make sure there's enough wood in the sawmill. And I will do that off camera because we're not going to do that every episode. That's just silly. I'll get that taken care of, but it's been an interesting episode. We got all of our debt paid off. And we're getting ready to really speed up the progress. We are going to start off the month of May by cutting the grass. It's really the only thing we have to do. We could fertilize the soybeans and also treat it for weeds. We'll probably use the weeder next month instead of using the smaller hoe this month. Powering through here, got the tedder out, getting this turned into hay for us. And then we will windrow it and get it baled up, and this shouldn't take, it's a really small field. We talked about this being a little too small, like maybe redoing some of the paths out here and extending it possibly, or maybe finding another area to turn into grass. We could also plant trees here too and just cut the grass in the outskirts of the fields to have enough hay for the sheep. I'm just worried when they reproduce more and we have a lot of sheep that you know, the food's gonna go by a lot faster at that point. So we got to keep that in mind, and we're still learning how to be a farmer that has animals around. And if this keeps going good, it might be fun to have more animals around. So we'll see how that goes. But you know, whiskey's still going to be the #1 priority, and very soon we're hoping to hear back from that license or the liquor board, and we'll have our interviews with them soon, and should get it pretty quickly back into the state it was when the unfortunate discovery of the police happened. So yeah, we were pending some approvals, and we'll hopefully get back into that stage soon. I do know they'll probably want to see the facility, at least the blueprints and the plans of it. And then at that point, after it's approved, it'll be approved pending final walkthrough of the building and the facility, which is where we were very close to last time. So just driving around a little crazy here. But yeah, looking forward to getting it to that point where we're waiting for approval and have the inspectors come in and make sure everything's looking good. So, and we'll definitely keep you updated on that aspect. But let's go ahead and get the windrower out here next. Get this all prepped for bales. Just checking on the sheep afterwards here. We started with 2 bales, so now we have 4 more. We have 6 in reserve. We still have this one that's slowly, it's going to be gone hopefully soon, because they're not, you know, they're eating a little bit. It looks like some of them are going to be close to reproduction, either at 40%, some are at 20%, and some are close to puberty here, 4 of them. So this should start increasing here pretty quick. Maybe a year from now, this will be a ton of sheep. See what else there is to do. I think that's it. We'll check on the inventory of the sawmill. We'll fill that up if it's needed. If not, it'll be June. Well, I hope a lot wasn't muted, so we'll do a little catch up here if it was. So we're harvesting, we're working away, we got workers going. We'll drive up to this tractor, or to the semi so you can see, but we did 1 load already. We made about 82,000, I believe it was. And we're just plugging away here. Almost have the second trailer full. You can see, yeah, the front is full already. We're working on the back now. Hoping to get, let's see if those are 2 different hoppers there. I'm hoping to get 3 hoppers and get $100,000 more here, but I don't know if we'll get that lucky. Well, harvest is all done. Sent our workers on home for the day. We have 17,000 liters in here. So we're gonna put this somewhat close and have it just prepped, but we're gonna go sell the semi first. Then we will return for this load as well. Lots of money incoming. Oh, it's nice to be harvesting. And here we are. Selling more barley. 41,000. Oh, we're almost at 360,000. Let's go get the rest and see where we're sitting. This is huge. So based off the numbers from the last few, this should be another $34,000, putting us very, very close to 400,000. My oh my, not even a year removed from being released from jail. And at this point, we've made well over $1 million back. Insane. $35,000. We're at 398. Well, we're at the store, and let's just go in and I'll show you. We're kind of being irresponsible, but we deserve it. We just spent $373,000 on a new tractor. And there it is, Case IH Magnum 400. We'll get our semi here in a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and let's, yeah, oh, look at this cab. Is it more than we need? Probably. It's 435 horsepower. It's definitely more than enough for our implements, but we're gonna wanna upgrade. We're gonna wanna spend more money, and we're gonna wanna do more upgrades and slowly get better implements while we're still balancing the money to be able to get these productions back up and running and repurchased and reinstalled on the farm. But this new Case IH Magnum, oh my goodness, I've been eyeing this since we found out that we purchased a stolen John Deere. Decided, you know what? Bad luck with John Deere. We're gonna go with Case IH this time. It's gonna match the harvester, very much so. Let's drive over there and put these 2 together and see how they look. Oh man, can't wait to get a big cultivator, a bigger planter, a bigger seeder, just bigger implements and pulled it with this tractor. All these twin tires here, the duals. Oh, looking great. So one thing that was lost while I was running in mute and talking to myself without the microphone enabled was that we leased this to do herbicides. So let's head on over to the soybeans field and we'll kind of show why. So we can see here the weeds were pretty tall, and when we came out here with the weeder this morning, we thought we were going to be able to pick them all up with the weeder, but they grew too fast on the soybeans, so we had to use herbicide. It was pretty sad because we do not necessarily like using that on this playthrough. Yeah, one of the things that we tried to keep true is we want all of our crops to be natural and not have chemicals in them as much as possible. So I guess fertilizer would be chemicals as well, so we would potentially want to get some cows to be able to get some manure so that we don't have to use chemicals. So long term, that might be something that we think about doing, but as of now, we've been just using the liquid fertilizer and the other nitrogen too, the solid fertilizer as well. But we'll go ahead and get these fertilized. There's just, catching up on some things that you missed. So we do have this leased for the day. We had a worker take care of it for us earlier. We're going to take care of it now. Some other things that we might want to do is check the sawmill, make sure there's enough inventory. We probably mentioned that already. And we're going to do the sugar beets as well, because they are due for the second layer of fertilizer as well, or second application, I should say. One of the other things that we mentioned while testing this out is I think I'm going to purchase something like this. This is beyond amazing. This width is impressive, and it's nice that it has, the narrow tires. You can see we're not even touching a crop, really. We're just rolling right in between them. Pretty impressive setup here, and I think it's definitely something we want to look into long term for the farm. And this is finishing up the first field. We're going to go ahead and just go straight over to the sugar beets and get the second application of fertilizer put down on that as well. Still got plenty of sunlight today. It's only, what, 4 o'clock? Yeah, plenty of time to still get some things around the farm done here in June. Yeah, I'm convinced this is pretty sweet. So fast to get this job done on these larger fields. My goodness, this would save so much time if we had one of these. If we purchased one and had it as our own, so we didn't have to pay. It was $13,000 to lease this. So we're going to go ahead and get this taken back to the store. And luckily, it's not too far away. And we're going to come back and probably pick up that straw, because it'd be nice to get that all ready to make some money off of it. We don't need it for anything else. And it could be an excuse to use the new tractor, even though it might be a little OP for that. Yeah, let's get this, we'll get this dropped off. Try not to run over any more crops. And yeah, jump in the new Case IH. Oh, and what's nice about returning this now is we can also pick up our tractor, or our semi. All right, thank you very much. Oh, they moved that fast. So we're going to get in this tractor and we're going to drive up to this field. I just had a very interesting conversation with the sales clerk in the leasing department at the dealership here. And he's telling me that this field is for sale right here. This one to our left. As you can see, it looks like it's going to be ready to harvest here soon. Let's just jump out here and take a look. Yeah, it's looking like it was taken care of pretty good. That's some good growth on this barley. And we didn't keep any barley from our crops, so I'm going to look in. We're going to head home. We're going to call an audible. We don't have a lot of money to purchase a field right now, but we will in the morning when we sell more goods from the sawmill. So let's go ahead and call it a night. We can pick up the straw tomorrow. Everything else around the farm's good. We can do the fertilization on the grapes later on, but yeah, let's go ahead and give the sawmill a little time to make us some money, and we'll get in contact with them tonight to find out what the price is and see if we have enough money to pull that off in the morning. Great morning. We're gonna take care of the pallets from the maple syrup first, and then we're gonna get a hold of Isaac. We talked to him last night. He is now willing to really communicate with us. He's proud of our changes we've made in our life, and he's been watching us from afar. So I think we're recovering pretty good, and had a good conversation with him about possibly helping me meet the farmer that owns that farm over there, or that field, and see if they're willing to sell it to us for a decent price. And I think we do have enough money. I think it was around $77,000 is what they were looking for. So I think that's what we're going to do next. We'll get Isaac on the phone after we sell this. I want to make sure we have enough money going, or maximize our money as we drop a pallet. Maybe we do one at a time. But yeah, we'll get all these sold and we will find out about that field. Well, all that is taken care of and $77,000 gone, but we still have $27,000 because we sold all of the maple syrup. We got it over to the distribution plant, and they're going to send those out to all the customers that have made orders. But that means we got to jump back on the harvester. We're going to get back in the harvester, get a worker or two over here to help us with this harvest. Double harvest. Nice. So we spent $77,000. It'll be interesting to see how close we get to breaking even on that. And you know, I'm still willing and thinking about taking the risk on the barley. I'm not sure if we're going to be ready to use barley by June or July of next year. And if we play this right, we can get barley planted pretty quick here once it's about time to start doing that. And it'll be June of next year where we could be prepared for the whiskey distillery. Because remember, the things that we found out is we still need to get sugar produced, and then we need to get the grapes harvested and sent over to the yeast factory once we get that back. So we have time after we even purchase some of these facilities before we can actually produce whiskey. So we're going to take advantage of this opportunity that came into our hands. And Gina apparently, or Gianna, I believe is how you pronounce her name, was willing to sell that and was just ready to move on from farming. So luck in our name. I guess this field to our left here is one that I have my eyes on next. I really want to get more land, and yeah, I think you'll see the plan long term is going to be pretty awesome. So yeah, we'll get this harvested, and we might want to upgrade our header eventually. It'd be a little bit bigger so we can do this a little bit quicker, and maybe get an extension on the hopper here. See if this tractor or this combine is compatible for that. But we'll get this filled up. We'll get the auger wagon over here. And yeah, it's exciting. Surprise harvest for us. And the other crops are all taken care of except for the grass field. We need to really keep an eye on that. It wouldn't hurt if we went one time without fertilizing it, especially with the way the sheep are handling food and don't have a huge demand there. So we might be okay missing out on that for one cycle. So this might be extreme overkill for this tractor to use it pulling a wagon, but I want to use it. So we're definitely going to pick up the auger wagon with this. And I think based on how close we are to the sales location, we might just keep the semi here at home. And that'll save us a little bit of money because we'll only have to have one worker help us with this harvest. So we'll only have one person to bring in, and I think that'll be okay. And yeah, this feels silly, but again, I wanted to use it. It's our new toy. It's our new tractor. I wanted to get some use out of it. So we'll head on over to the field. We've already got one full hopper. We're not even at one headland, so it'll be good. It looks like the yield is turning out similar to our field. It is a little smaller. Well, it is our field as well now, but it's our original field here to the right. The field is a little smaller. So I don't think we'll get quite as much money as we did last time, which was, gosh, almost $200,000, I believe, like 180,000. So we should be sitting pretty good though. I'm hoping to get that 77,000 back from just this single harvest. And you know, between the straw in both fields, I think we'll be sitting pretty good by the end of July. All right, let's go ahead and get this unloaded and back to harvesting. Yeah, you can see this is how far we got. We started at that corner back there and looped around almost about 50%, I guess, for one hopper full. An extension would be nice on this harvester long term so that we can do things a little more efficiently. And a second one wouldn't be bad long term, especially if we keep buying fields. Another plus to this is there's a little bit more grass that we could cut next time we decide to do a big silage run. And yeah, it's got me tempted here. I think after all of the fall harvest, we'll definitely do that for some extra income, and hopefully we'll be sitting pretty good this winter to start building our productions. It looks like exactly 4 hoppers fills up this trailer, so that's good to know. So we'll be able to take this hopper worth, get 2 more, and then we'll send it on over to the store, start getting it sold. I think we are going to sell it all. We really need to capitalize on money, and we need to stop spending. I don't think that's going to happen. We'll get there though. All right, that's one way to do it. Kind of wishing this trailer was red at this point. This would be a nice red setup here. All right, we are full. Let's see if we can get this sold before they are full in the harvester. Let's get back in a hurry. I think I can already tell this is going to be more than profitable. I think we got that field for a steal, and that's what happens sometimes when people are just done maintaining their own property and they just wanted to get out, and nobody else in town, you know, in this small town we live in, was willing to really, you know, purchase that and take advantage of it. And it's to our benefit. So let's see if we can get this sold here. Yes, it will. Perfect. $53,358 for the first trailer load. Yeah, this thing's gonna pay for itself today. And it looks like we've made it back in time. Man, what a good day so far. All right, we've got our second load all full here, and this one will be a little more challenging to get back before they're completely full because we weren't able to completely empty the harvester that time. So we'll get this going. Try to go real quick again. But we officially are in the green for this field. What a wise decision we've just made. 53 more thousands of dollars, almost 54,000 there. We're at 146. Oh yeah, I think that's enough. That's a way to put damage on our new tractor. We should have enough money for one of the productions, and I think the first one we'll want to do is probably the sugar factory. I think I need to lose my license. I need to be careful. We need to make this wider. This is not the best opening there. We don't own all the property yet, so we can't do that. But we might talk to the county about that. Or find out, you know, who owns the other field, and maybe we can work together and I'll pay for it just to get that widened. That might be the best plan. But you see, we got a little bit left to do on this harvest. And then we're going to take a nice lunch break because we do have a storm incoming. And after that, we will pick up the straw and maybe take care of the grass field. Maybe get some fertilizer on that. Was hoping to get a third trailer full, but it looks like we'll be at about 70. Oh, we'll be lucky to get to 70% here, but that should bring in about $40,000. So when all's said and done, we spent 77 to get the field, and we're going to be sitting at about $146,000 of income. We nearly doubled. Nearly doubled. Wow. Let's get this sold and see. Why am I having traffic issues today? All right, let's get this sold. Got to be in here? Why won't you sell now? There it goes. Let's get this sold. Let's see where we're at. Gosh, this Case IH Magnum 400 is amazing. Oh, man. What a great purchase. 37,000, so not too bad. So I think we did make $140,000 there. And I do not regret purchasing that field. And we still got the money to make off the straw. So that was a pure profit. And, you know, everyone else in town that farms lost out there. So not going to complain. Just finishing up the baling. The rain hasn't gotten here yet. So I think the rain might be coming tonight. So I think we might be okay. We got a lot of bales to pick up and get sold. Looking good. Yeah, a lot of bales over there. So we'll head on back now. We'll get this unloaded. Pop that one out. Fold it on up. Get home. Get the truck and the trailer. It's been a while. Let's get these bales loaded up and sold. 73 bales this session. Not too shabby. Starting to get them loaded up on the truck, and we'll get them over to the sales site and see what kind of money 73 bales brings in. Shouldn't be too bad of a return here. I don't know. Maybe $30,000? We'll see. All right, 21 bales loaded. It's going to be about 4 trips. So we'll head on over to the bale sales location and see what one trailer load does. Hopefully I'm wrong and it's like 100,000 for all this. That would be sweet. All right, first load. Let's see how it does. Already forgot how to do it. Pull forward a little bit. Oh, just one not sold. So we didn't get all of them in one go. So I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like 1,300 per bale times 21 is what we just got there. So we got, you know, roughly 25,000 bucks. 28,000 actually. I know a way to see. About 27,400 for that. So times 3. That's pretty good. Let's get the rest of them. And trip number 2. Let's try to get all the way over here. Pull up to about right there and see if we can get them all. We almost did. Why does that one keep going to the back? So 27,000 more. We're at $257,000. Let's go get load number 3. And we're heading back to the store with our 4th load. Not quite a full load, but it'll get us close to $300,000, which is where I was kind of hoping we would get after this. But I don't think we'll quite get there. All right, let's see. 13,000. Oh, wow. Look at that. We're 200 away, or 2,000 away from 300,000, which would be just a nice number to have. We don't really need that much money at the moment, but I have a feeling in 19 minutes we'll have more than $300,000. Some nice clean fields, or harvested fields, I should say. No more straw around. Still don't understand this. is growing really strange. I don't know if that's just how the crop works. Strange. I don't know. I'll have to chat with that neighbor sometime and meet them. But I think we'll take care of the grass and then the grapes, and that'll do it for July. Nothing really else to do. We could check on the sheep. Yeah, create some more wool. Still working on this bale, huh? It's almost gone. Ready to harvest. I don't think fertilizing it would work right now, so we will just... That's sad. We'll just get on the Landini, we'll take care of the grapes, and in August we will harvest that. Oof, we lost out. All right, let's head on over here and we'll start this direction. Look at all this grass, man. We could do a silage run if we wanted to. All fully grown again over here. Oh man, if we come in a pinch for money, we know what to do. So we'll start here. We'll go ahead and 39%. We're starting to get low. We'll turn that on. We'll see if that will be enough. I do know that some of this has a second application already, so some of this is overkill, but I wanted to get this as, you know, got to get the yield as high as possible on these grapes and really take care of them. It's looking good. Money's looking good as long as we make wise decisions to get some of our facilities back. And we'll have to get a hold of some contractors. I think we'll get the sugar factory pretty quick, and there's the rain. We'll get the sugar factory here pretty soon. Basically, probably have them try to get that finished the same month as that harvest, and I think that would be pretty good luck to get that to happen money-wise, so we can put some money aside for that. Probably start talking to those contractors very soon to get them in to get that facility going, and if we had enough money at the same time, it would be good to get the yeast factory up and running, produce some yeast over the winter, and by the time our summer harvest of barley next year comes around, we should have, you know, our license approved and our whiskey facility back, the distillery. At least that's the plans. Let's go ahead and finish this. It's not raining too hard yet. We can get this done pretty quickly, but then we'll probably have to call it a day. Yeah, I think this storm's gonna last the rest of the night from what I was reading on the weather app that I have. Oh, we had enough fertilizer. It looks like we'll have enough for possibly next year as well. That's shut off. Let's get into some cover. It is starting to rain pretty good. Oh man, this Landini flies. Woo-wee. That's fun. It's a fun little tractor. Oh, look out, puppy. Ooh. That dog's not scared of the rain. That's pretty cool. And we'll get this put away, and I will see you in the morning. Well, it's a nice August morning, and we have $360,000. The productions are really helping us out. It's real nice to see. Let's go take a look at this field. It's getting infested with weeds. Let me look at my data and see if we need to lime this field. It does not need lime, so we can cultivate it. I think it needs to be cultivated, or it might need to be plowed. Let me take another look at my data. Yeah, it's been a while. What do we have for equipment for that? It's been a long time since we've done any plowing around here. So let's take a look at the, I forget at this point. Well, we have you, and we have you. I'm gonna go ahead and look online and see what kind of options the store in town might have, the dealership, to see if there's an upgrade that we can get that would work. We got this. We could just cultivate it. It might work. Let me do some research. I think it'd be wise to save money. We are just gonna cultivate it this time. We do have a direct drill, but I do think it's wise to actually cultivate this and get some of the, just get the soil turned over a little bit more. And just taking a look here, making sure we're not missing anything. These look like they need another month or so. Let's go take a look at the sugar beets. Yep, sugar beets need another month or two. So I think it is good to just prepare these fields. And I might start with just this one over here, and we might actually get it planted today as well. Well, looking at the calendar that I have for when we plant things in Montana, it is September when we'd want to put barley in the ground. So we will focus on cultivating both fields. And that's probably about all we would have to do this month. We could cut the grass. That was another option. And we have plenty of hay for the sheep, so that one would be for some silage, just for some extra money. But let's get this cultivating done. It'd be real nice to use this Case IH. I'm loving this tractor. It is working out great. You know, this is going pretty good and pretty fast, but with this newer tractor, And these large fields, I think it's time to head to the store and see what they have in stock to potentially buy a larger cultivator, because gosh, this is gonna take a while with this one. Let's clean up this area here, this little spot that we missed. Yeah, and let's head on over and let's take this with us, because I think it's time to upgrade. So it looks like we can get $44,000 for this one. Let's go ahead and get that sold. And now let's go talk to the dealership here. So we have 435 horsepower in our tractor. So let's see what we can get away with. This one's 350, 450. Oh, oh, that would be nice. But 12.5 meters, that is quite the upgrade. For only 100,000? Not bad. Let's go ahead and we'll get that purchase. And $101,000 gone, but we got a nice upgraded cultivator that is way wider. Let's get this hooked up. Let's get it home and let's give it a shot. Yeah, it looks good. The K12200. Nice. Oh, man, it looks so much better on this tractor than the other one did. Look at this width. Almost seems like twice as big. It might be. Yeah, look at that. We'll go ahead and because of the extra width, let's go ahead and lower it, and let's do a little extra this direction in the headland. And yeah, it's pulling it pretty good. Nice. So we didn't go all the way over because we wouldn't have been even there, but I think that'll do. It'll give us more room to turn around. And because that fence is so close, I think I might loop around and do another end row here. Yeah, let's do that. So we are going a little bit slower than we were with the other cultivator, but the extra width I don't think is going to really make a difference. Looks like based on horsepower, the most we can go speed-wise is 10, even though the implement recommends 15. But either way, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get lined up here and we're set to go. Oh, this is gonna get done so much faster. Yeah, and with this extra width, let's give ourselves a little more room to turn around on this side as well. Oh, loving this bigger equipment. Finishing up the first field here, and I've been staring at the sawmill and that pile of wood chips over there, and I know we don't need all of them, because we still have another year probably before we're gonna need them. So I was talking to Isaac while I was cultivating, and there's some people in town that use wood chips for heating their houses. So we're gonna go ahead and get this set up for one of our contractors to come in and cultivate the other field, the other barley field. And after that, we're gonna jump on the telehandler and put the bucket on there and maybe take a couple bucket loads over to this family that I was talking to and see how many bucket loads they're willing to purchase. But that's another revenue stream while we don't need the wood chips. So I'm gonna check that out, see how profitable that is based on prices, and go from there. All right, best of luck to you. Please take care of my new tractor. And they're off. Oh, I don't like other people driving that. Gosh, I hope that's not a mistake. All right, let's head over, get the telehandler and the bucket, and we'll go from there. Now, we could buy a trailer. We used to have a trailer for this, but that was something that we sold a while ago. But I want to see if this is even worth selling or if we just keep it, because if we just keep it, then there's no point in buying that trailer. So we're going to be smart with money. We have a good amount of money right now, but again, we want to be smart with it. And this bucket's has a pretty good capacity. So let's get over here. Let's get it attached. We'll scoop some up and get it sold. Yeah, just raise the bucket a little bit so we can see. Let's head on over to this nice family's house and have a conversation with them. Definitely drive with our hazards on while we're doing this. We don't have a license on here, a license plate. So I don't know if this is supposed to be on the road. Hopefully there's no cops around. They just wanted me to put it right here. And $1,000 per bucket. I don't know. Don't know if that's really worth it. Nice family, but yeah, I don't know. Gotta think through this a little bit and see, you know, if there's a trailer that we can get pretty cheap. Maybe I'll take a look at the store real quick. Oh man, just looking at the used market. Can we do this? Should we do this? 17 horsepower, 44% off. Oh, it's tempting. But we're looking at trailers and ones that can do wood chips. Oh, what about these ones? They're pretty expensive. You know, the reality is I have no idea how many wood chips we have over there. And so I'm gonna go ahead and drop this back off at the sawmill. We're gonna jump in the truck and we're gonna go pick up a trailer that we purchased for 4,600 bucks. It's at the store waiting for us. So we'll get that and we'll fill it on up and see if it seems worth it after selling all of it. You finished your food? Let's give you another bale. Go ahead and do that. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you just miss a huge spot? Oh, they're going back to get it. Okay, okay. A little worried about that contractor. Well, why are they already cultivated right there? Why are they doing that? Oh, now they're lifting. Okay, okay. You're okay. You're okay. It's just a little trailer, but I think it'll be good for the job. And hopefully it's compatible with my hitch. Appears to be. Got it all hooked up. Let's go back, fill this up and see. Nice work, contractor. Looking good. Looking good. Sneak up here pretty close to the crops. This should be a decent spot here. Let's go ahead and jump in here and get this filled up. See, I just don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. We'll be able to get back and forth quicker with the truck, oops, and the trailer, but it just doesn't seem worth it to me. But we got to do something with this mound of sawdust. Called it sawdust. They're wood chips. I think it's going to be a bucket and a half that's going to fit in this, so we might have made a mistake with too small of a trailer here, because that's a lot of wood chips. Yeah. Not even. Oh man. All right, let's go sell this. This isn't gonna be like 1,500 bucks, but not a bad little investigation here. Can't think of the right word. Trial run? I don't know. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Experiment. That's the word. That field looks good. Look at a little confused icon here. Let's see. Try going a different way. If it's gonna be this picky, it's definitely not worth it. That's a damaged door. Same thing. Well, I just don't know. Let's head on over to Hoot's place. Apparently they buy this as well. Let's see if we have any better luck there. All right, let's go ahead and drop it off. Yeah, 1,300 bucks. That doesn't seem worth it. Let's look at the weather though. That's gonna concern me a little bit. Some rain in the forecast at 1,300. So we got till 1 o'clock. Let's see what we got to do today. I think we wanted to cut this grass, so we can do that later on. And it's, you know, expected yield isn't great, but we have field 5 here that we wanted to get barley planted in, and the other one. But I'm not a big fan of our implement that we have. So let's go ahead and jump in the case. We're going to drive to the dealership and take a look at some seeder/planter options that they have for us. Hey, puppy. A double park here. All right, let's go talk to them. There's something I was looking at online. I wanted to see if they had in stock. Takes 280 horsepower and it costs $310,000. The width is 18, or we can go with this one with the width of 12 and it costs $232,000. Oh man, what do we do? Or we could go with the 12. Yeah, that's too small. We're gonna go with the middle tier. That looks definitely big enough for what we need. And the thing with this is we can plant corn, sunflower, soybeans, sugar beets, cotton, potatoes, bamboo, wheat, barley, and that's what we're looking for. So let's go home. We'll get this full of seed, and then we'll have to fertilize this separately. But the time savings is definitely going to be worth it. And because of that time savings, we're going to hop over here and look. Yes, we're going to have to harvest those today as well. So the grass field's probably going to have to wait. See, we got a little bit of seed here. We'll get these bags all over and filled up. All right, lots and lots of seed. And we'll go ahead and start this direction here. We'll start on this one. Let's open this up. How wide is it going to be? We didn't have to cultivate, but I thought it was wise to, because I wasn't sure which one we're going to get. But this one can do direct drilling as well. So we'll keep that in mind next time. And let's loop around this way. Get it lowered. And this should do good work here. 9 miles an hour is not bad. What does it recommend on override? 14? We can do that. 14 there. Should be pretty good. We'll do a couple end rows on both sides, and then we'll be able to do the back and forths. And yeah, this width is going to make quick work of these large fields. This is what we're looking for. The bigger one would have been nice, but can't spend all of our money. All right, doing the top end rows here. 2s might be excessive, but it'll be nice to turn around. I think we are potentially going to hand this over to a worker so we can go sell the other cedar that we had, get a little bit of cash back for that, and look at our implements and see if there's anything else we can get rid of that we just don't need. All right, here we go. Just some back and forth action. Get it all finished. Be interesting to see if we go through these hoppers of seed or not, but my goodness, this is going to be a quick job. All right, we got one of our contractors helping us out. Let's go ahead and jump in the John Deere and see if we can find our cedar and get it sold. We'll go ahead and unload everything here so that we don't lose that product. Let's head on to the store. Let's see what we can get for this bad boy. Repair, repaint. Oh, not too much money. That's all right. We got some more things we can pick up. And we'll take the New Holland this time. We no longer need this planter either, so we'll go get it sold as well. And they're almost, yeah, look at them making great time out there. Amazing. All right, let's talk to them and see what they're going to give us for this one. About 9 grand after the repairs and everything. We're sitting at $164,000. Yeah, looking good. This tractor could probably go too, but we'll keep it for a little bit. With the incoming storm, I think we're going to hook up to the grape trailer as well as get the harvester ready, and we'll get the worker to do this other field as well so we can just really maximize our time before that storm comes in. And I have a feeling these two crops are going to hit at the same month. Oh, that'll be rough. All right, let's get this close to the grapevines. I think right in the middle would be a good spot for them. Right there. And we'll get the harvester out, and then we'll check on the worker and see how they're doing seed-wise. But I think they have enough. We'll let them finish that. And let's unfold this bad boy and get to harvesting. It's been a little bit, but it's time. Let's get some grapes. Hopefully the yield is good. If I remember right, it was it 1 and 2.5 of these before the hopper was full last time? Maybe it was 4. 25% each? That sounds about right. 32%. Okay, so maybe it was 3 rows. Not bad. And we have 9 rows, so that'll get us 3 hoppers worth if that's the case. I don't remember it being that good. Maybe we did something better this time. Maybe it's just a good year for grapes. Yeah, I love harvesting the grapes this way. As long as we don't get stuck, it's such a nice view in cab here. Well, just about finishing up the 3rd row here, and I think we're gonna unload after this, even though it won't be quite at 100%. Wow, I mean, I'm impressed. I'm gonna have to go look at some footage and see if this is a better yield or not. I'm just misremembering. All right, let's get this unloaded. You know, the more I think about it, I think it was close to 9,000 liters of grapes is what we got before, so maybe that's right. So we'll get this unloaded. We're gonna get the cedar moved over, or the planter, I guess it is, moved over to the other field and get the contractor working on that. And we'll definitely need more seed. We'll see what we have over there in capacity, see how full that gets it. All right, let's get it topped off here. And if we're at like 60%, I think we will go and risk not buying more seed, but let's see. Yeah, let's buy another bag. All right, it is full again. Just to be safe, we will go through it because we're going to use this on every field. So let's get on over to our newest field and get them rolling. And we'll get back to the grape harvest. All right, worker, best of luck. We'll talk to you in a few. I'm going to jump in here and do a little bit of maintenance on the New Holland. Just bought $5,000 worth of equipment or parts so we can get the oil changed here, get this done. Right about there. All right, so that should be good for a little bit longer. And we're gonna put the spreader on this and get fertilizer laid down on the first barley field with another contractor. We can remember where we left that. There it is, and they're off. Now, back to the grape harvest. All right, so we got the first 3 rows done, so we'll go to the 4th row and get that going. And we should be able to get most of our work done before this storm hits, based on the way we've split the work out. We might need to check on the sawmill. It might need more lumber soon. Go ahead and right here is where we left off. And here we go, back at it. So I did want to do some crop rotating on these fields, but I feel like getting barley down right now, since it is time for that, will put us in a good spot this time next year to have whiskey being produced. Definitely seems like the right idea. All done with the harvest, another 96%. So let's go see what our grand total is. It was lowered in there, nice. Hopefully, yeah, it should all fit. 8,900, nice. We'll have to get that put away and in cover before this rain hits. But let's get this harvester put away and we'll check on our workers and see if either of them need help. I think we'll take over the fertilizing because the other planting is just about done. Yeah, they got a little bit to do over there. I think it would make sense for us to jump on this. Let them finish that row and then we will take over. Go, we're taking over now, and that speed's too fast as well. Let's lower that down. Let's do about 16. Yeah, and this should be good. We'll get a hold of the contractors. I want to get the yeast factory here so we have somewhere safe to store the grapes, even though we still need sugar for that. But I do want to talk to the contractors and see if we have enough money to get that done today. But let's get this spraying done, and that might be something that we can really focus on once this rain hits. Last little section to get some fertilizer down. We'll have to put another application on next month. Probably do that and use the weeder. Yeah, we'll figure that out next month. But we'll get that done. We'll head on over to the other field, and hopefully we can get all of this done before that rain hits. And hopefully we have enough product left. 45% left, nice. So we got the contractor going on this field here, spreading some fertilizer. So we'll get this put home, and we'll have to find a place for this big old cedar planter. Big old planter. That seems like a safe spot for it. All right, let's go take over the spreading and get that done as we're creeping in on this storm. We're doing a good job, but we're just gonna take over. Should be able to get this done before 1 o'clock if that is when the rain is gonna hit. And there we go. Hopefully we have enough product. Seems like we should based off what we used on the last field. I'll see you in a little bit. Well, the rain did hit a couple of minutes early. We're gonna get the rest of this fertilizer laid down. I don't think it's raining hard enough, or there won't be enough moisture on the ground to really damage any of the crops that we already put in. So we'll get that finished, and after that, we're gonna get the contractors on the phone to see about getting our yeast factory back, at least for storage, and also get a good quote for the sugar factory as well, to see if we happen to have enough money. We might as well get both those facilities, you know, prepped and installed and delivered. Roleplay, they would take months to get built, but, you know, it's farming simulator, so it'll take a couple minutes. Oh, and about $130,000 later, both facilities are back. So we can bring the grapes over here. We can get some storage going on there. I don't think all of it will fit anyways, but I did talk to them. Minimum cost here. We're going to spend a little bit more money on securing this area, get some fences added and some gates and probably some parking lots and spaces as well. But we had the facility installed a little different than last time here. Plenty of room for potentially a winery as well and the whiskey distillery moving forward, but gosh, that feels good. Let's get the grapes moved over. Yeah, it's so nice to see buildings back in our little production facility here. We'll get what we can in here and we'll take the rest back to our property to hold in safekeeping. Not bad. Now we just need some sugar. It's been an adventurous day on the farm. We got some cleaning up to do in here. It's becoming a mess, but the weather's looking up. Fall is right around the corner. I mean, fall's here, I guess. October is next month. Whew. Have a feeling we're gonna have 2 crops ready. Let's go take a look here. Looking good. We got to do some weeding here, or with a hoe potentially, but this is the big money. So we're gonna harvest this first. We got to get to the sugar beets too, so we head on over there and take a look. Sugar beets are ready, so we're gonna have to lease some equipment to do that harvest, but I want to get the harvester out and get going on the soybeans and get them sold as soon as possible to get as much money coming in. So that's going to be our plan. Let's get that rolling. I think it might be beneficial to see about customizing this and see if we can upgrade the hopper first. Let's see. And see what upgrades are available to us. So adding the extension on the bin takes it from 7,000 to 10,000. The extra large extension is what we want. It's only $2,000. I don't understand what upgrading the engine itself would do. Seems fine as is. Let's go ahead and do that. A bigger header would be nice as well, but I think that'll do for now. That should definitely allow us to be a little more efficient with this harvester. Yeah, a bigger header would be real nice. Ooh, lots of wool. But let's go ahead and get off of the fence. Get started with this. We'll have to get a couple workers probably helping. We'll get the truck out here instead of the auger wagon. I think we'll go straight into the semi so we can get it all loaded up and sold as quickly as possible. And hopefully the yield is pretty good here. Oh yeah, we get straw from this too. We'll take care of that in November though. But this is gonna be a big episode work-wise, so let's just get moving. Still undecided on what to do with these wood chips. Really recording ahead here. This is the third episode ahead before comments, so I'm really interested to hear what people said about that and what they thought. Kind of just seems like a pain to deal with. I guess we could get an even bigger bucket maybe so we can load them faster, but at this point I'm pretty much leaning towards just using landscaping tools and erasing them until we need them for the whiskey distillery. Let's do 2 Ed rows here, and then we'll be able to hand off to a worker as we get the truck ready to put these in. And yeah, this hopper is going to help a lot. Only 30% full at 3,700, so we'll be able to do a lot more little tasks while the worker does the harvest. Bigger header would be so nice. We could afford it. I just don't know if it's necessary. These fields are pretty big. Yeah, maybe after this harvest we do that for the next harvest. Or next time we'll do that. I couldn't resist. We spent about $80-some thousand, and we're gonna go see if this is compatible. I think it'll be fine, but it's gonna be so much faster. I don't think that's on there right. Header trailers confuse me. All right, let's stop right there, and we'll hop in here and take over and swap these out and see what we think. 65% full there. Go ahead and open this up. We will empty that out now since we're right here by the truck. Definitely feeling the advantages of the extra large hopper already. Is the auger gonna be far enough out with this? We'll see. And how's the auger look? Just barely? Oh, we might have made a mistake. Let's go ahead and get this lowered, and maybe we have to take the header off to unload, but look at that. That's impressive. Let's roll. And for $24,000, we just had enough cash. We've got this leased, and we're gonna have it sit right here until it's time to take over. But it got delivered already, so that's good. So we'll get these sugar beets all taken care of today with this equipment. And hopefully this is a very profitable day with these soybeans. So much faster. And let's see if we can sneak in here and unload. Oh, that's sad. That is sad. So we overdid it, so we have to drop the header. Oh, we might be upgrading combine soon. Silly, silly mistake. We're gonna do this harvest ourselves though. And we're gonna do it a little time lapse for you. Just getting this finished here. Little spots we missed, but I think that's okay. Not too much money lost there. Not as much as we lost on... Oh, wait, I might be spoiling something. Wait till you see the next cattle ranch episode. Oh, man. But I think we're gonna have just a little bit... Oh, we filled up. Okay. That's enough that we need to pick up. So let's go ahead and drop the header here. All right. We'll be coming back this way, so let's put it right there. And we'll get as much of this that will fit in the truck, finish harvesting, and sell the beans. It all fit, to my surprise. That's good. We only have to make one trip to sell them. Let's get the header back on, finish this little spot, and then we'll do that. What a grind of an episode. All right, we'll get that's good. Let's go ahead and close that. And let's head on over to Hoot's place and see what 35,000 liters of soybeans is going to get us today. Hoping for an impressive number here. We'll find out here in a second, though. 133,000 so far, and another 100. So $234,000 in soybeans. Man, oh man, they are worth it. Let's get back. Let's waste no time and start the sugar beet harvest. Well, that wasted some time. And we'll get the truck here for now. We got lots of stuff to put away over here. We'll take care of that a little bit once we get workers helping us with this harvest. But let's go ahead and hop in here. Get it all unfolded and ready. Lower it. Beautiful. Turned on. And this should remove the foliage as well as harvest for us. And we'll do a couple headlands here just to make sure the workers aren't too confused. An angle like that seems to help me. Yeah, and this is going to be a little bit of a grind and not very wide of an implement or a machine here. But it's definitely one of the best options. There is a wider one, but it was a lot more expensive to lease, so this will be enough for this smallish field. And hopefully this is plenty of sugar beets to get us up and running for the yeast factory, as well as making some profit from sugar as well. This is another crop that's more enjoyable to harvest from in the cab, I think. Get a better view of what you're doing. You keep it straight a little better. Yeah, I can just see the money coming in right now. Profitable day. All right, let's see if we can put them in this truck. Not sure if the crop type's compatible, but we're going to find out. Does not appear to be. So we'll be leasing another piece of equipment. All right, this one should be compatible. Let's go ahead and, yep, there we go. Very nice. And we'll get this straight over to the sugar factory so that we can start making sugar as soon as possible. All right, they're going back at it. Let's go make a delivery. All right, we'll get those dropped off and talk to our store manager here and get production up and running. Let's go ahead and go inside real quick. And sugar is being produced. Let's get back and finish that harvest. I think this is the right way to put the header. That higher side there. That seems right. Go take this home, and then we'll get the harvester home while we're waiting for this. Yeah, gosh, what a slow harvest that is. Sugar beets are kind of a pain, but they are profitable and very important for our project. Oh, we already had a header trailer. We could sell that too. Well, load after load after load of sugar beets. It's slowly coming along. We're making a lot of progress. It's been a long grind of a harvest. I don't know how I'd do it without these contractors. I'm so glad we were able to work out this plan to have some workers that are willing to work with us, and we're giving back to the community by giving people opportunities to have work. But we'll get these unloaded, we'll get back, and we probably have about, I don't know, 5-6 rows left of sugar beets to harvest. And figured we'll check on the production here while we're here. Yes, already 1,000 liters. Change that to spawning, and that means we can grab this, drop it off here, and turn on the yeast factory. So it's very important to get this going because we know how slow, oh, maple syrup's out of water. We know how slow this produces, so we will change that to spawning as well. But we'll get that going. We'll have plenty of yeast by the time we have barley at this rate. Nice. It's coming together. It's like we had a plan. We learned from season 1. It's coming together great. Yep. not too much left to do. Finally taking the last load in. We can get these leased vehicles and trailers sent back to the dealership after we drop off this load. Oh, I'm exhausted after today. It's been a grind. Yeah, like I said a few times, it's been quite a grind today, and we need to check the email. I believe the liquor license is ready pending the building inspection, so we should have approval to go ahead and build the building, and we'll probably get that done this winter. We have enough money for that, and I want to start looking into a facility and location for our clothing company to get started at. Need to start turning that wool into fabric and then fabric into clothes, because we're going to do some, you know, socks way up whiskey themed t-shirts and hoodies and all that for people to buy. We should do that in real life. Maybe not the whiskey part. But I don't know how long this episode is going to be. A lot of it was a grind, and I'm getting ready for a week off from YouTube, a week off from, well, being at home. I will be out of town for a work trip. Today we're finally going to figure out what to do with the wood chips, and we are going to use them for a production. We're not going to let them go to waste. But first, we got a little bit of work to do. We have a good amount of soybean straw that we're going to go ahead and sell first thing this morning. Money is sitting at $331,000, doing pretty good financially. It is just about winter, so we'll have to take care of these weeds here, and it looks like we did it again. We let this grow too much before we took care of it, so we will be using herbicide moving forward, it looks like. Just maybe we can get rid of the weeders and save a little bit of cash. We'll head on over here and get these sold and see how much money we have. So there's a few things I want to purchase this episode, but I just want to make sure we're sitting good financially before we do that. Otherwise, we might be cutting some grass to supplement the income a little bit. Let's get the rest of these sold here. We can never find the spot right. Now we're sitting at $372,000. Let's head back. Just need to take care of the sugar factory as well. And that should be a decent amount of money over to Hoot's place. We'll fill up the yeast factory with as much sugar as possible first, and then the rest will go over to Hoot's place to get our contract up with them again with selling sugar to them. So that's they're looking forward to that. They're getting a little low on supplies, so we'll get that going for them. All right, should have a good amount of pallets here to pick up. 8,000 for the first month. Not too bad. We did get it populated a little late in the month to begin with. There's the zone. Okay, so drop off should be right there. We'll back up a little bit. And this should take all but, I don't know, 3,000 of this? 3,900. So we'll get the rest to Hoot's place and see how we're looking. All right, here we are at Hoot's place, and hopefully this gives us enough money for our plans for the day. 6,000, so it's gonna be close. We're gonna head on in here and have a little conversation with the dealership. Oh, it's a workshop here and here. That's fancy. Oh, this is the dealer, and this is just a workshop. Nice. And the store. All right, for $274,000, we are gonna go with the sprayer, and I think it'll be worth it. We can do our fertilization chainsaw, and we can do the herbicide with it. And part of the deal for the money there that we worked out with the dealership was a full load of herbicide, so that we will have that to use on the two fields. And we're going to go ahead and right away, hopefully this fits through the opening, and we're going to get this going on a worker, and that should free us up to do some other things that we have planned for the day. Oh man, makes a quick job of things, doesn't it? We'll let that contractor take care of all the work for us, and we'll go get our truck and take that home. All right, there's the truck. Yeah, let's get this home and get the case prepped to do some cultivating as we prep our fields for spring. And we'll go ahead and get a contractor going on that, because we got a lot to do that we want to take care of. So we're gonna head on over to the sawmill next. All right, some of the first things we want to do is figure out exactly where we're gonna put this new facility. So Black Mountain Montana has a mod for a paper, cardboard, and pallet mod. We are going to figure out a good location to put this. And I think having it this direction would probably be nice. It is going to cost us just the 80,000. It shouldn't be too bad to move these back and forth, especially once we get caught up here. So let's go ahead and take our first load, and we'll get it completely full here. It's going to take a little bit. Well, it'll be interesting to see how many liters, or how many linear feet, if you want to have that argument, we have of wood. But let's go ahead and drop some of these chips in here and do this about probably 30 times until we got it all moved over. But there's no reason to not get it going. Let's go ahead and jump in here and see what we have. So we can make paper rolls, carton roll, or empty pallet. Let's look at prices for those items and make sure we have somewhere to sell them. Empty pallet, about 3,600. Oh, it looks like, oh, let's look at the production again. 300 to 300. Yeah, it's gonna be not the pallets. The pallets are not gonna give us the best return. So let's go with activating both of these. Maple syrup needs water. And we will also be changing this to selling. Oh, we got them. Missing material already. Okay. So we'll get all that moved, and hopefully this will be a, you know, $80,000 to build this. As we get all these wood chips moved over, hopefully we make $80,000 back pretty fast for that. Production seems a little OP. It's producing it so fast we can't even really see how much we're putting in here inventory-wise. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and not keep it running when we don't need it to be, or when we have no goods in there. But definitely seems like this was a good move. And at 10 o'clock, we'll probably see a little financial benefit from that. I guess the question is, will it distribute these? It won't sell them automatically, but will it distribute the wood chips? So after we get these completely cleaned up, we will give that a shot. Change the output on the sawmill to distribution. Oop, and see if that works. And we're sitting at $144,000 now. That's crazy. So for products sold today, we have 164,000, but we're not going to have an uptick like that every month because we don't have this many wood chips. So I don't know if it's OP or if it's just we had a good start because of all the inventory we had over here. But I'm not complaining. That's some good money. So it definitely paid for itself already. All right, we got it pretty much empty. So let's go to here and we'll go wood chips and change output type to distributing. We'll pick up the little bit that is here if we can. There we go. So that should be completely empty now. And we'll drop this off. Another 2,000 that it'll probably produce really quick. All right, so we got that empty. Let's shut this off. We'll hop into the production, and we'll see here it has almost burned through it already. So if I click away and go back, yeah, so that's missing material. Now, it did not distribute it. I don't understand why it can't figure that out, but that's okay. Should have a decent amount of money coming in here very, very soon for the 11 o'clock hour. So let's check on our equipment here. See how they're doing. This should be still cultivating. Uh-oh, there it is. Okay, whew. Thought we lost you. And then the sprayer should be definitely done. Nice. Looks like only used about 40% of our goods. So let's head over to the bigger field and hopefully we have enough left. Otherwise, I think we still have a little bit of herbicide. Oh, we shouldn't because we haven't had... We might have to buy some. Hopefully 60% is enough. That should be good enough. Let's go ahead and get it turned on. And away the weeds go. This thing's huge. This is awesome, though. 16 miles an hour. Just going to take care of those weeds. and not damage any crops because the tires are so thin. Beautiful. Just a little strip that we're not going to get. Hopefully we have enough herbicide though. This machine is really fun and easy to use. Definitely enjoying it. I think it's a good purchase. Didn't really want to do herbicide on this series, but it seemed like for whatever reason we keep missing taking care of the weeds. So might as well embrace it. I think we'll start spraying right after we plant. I think that does the trick. Let me know. I believe that does do the trick with without precision farming on. Yeah, we'll get this last strip here. And does this have one of those adjustments? It does. So we can change the width by doing Control Z down to just what we need to spray. Oh, we missed a little. So we don't waste product. That might not be wide enough. Let's go right here to be safe. Yeah, that'll take care of it. And the weed treatment for the year should be done now. Let's just let these crops grow, and in summer we will harvest them. And oh, look at that, $219,000 now. Oof. What a good investment. Yeah, we got some equipment to sell. Thought we got rid of these things, but we didn't already. Let's get the truck. We're gonna get some stuff out of here. Why aren't we using this? Oh, what a doofus. We can do that on this field before we cultivate it. Okay. All right, let's see if we can get these home to the dealership and get them sold. We will probably be buying a sugar beet harvester next time around. So we should be able to get enough money for our own. We need to get the maple syrup plant up and running again. And check on the yeast factory as well. And then we're going to cultivate or probably mulch this other field first. All right, let's see how much money we can get for these. Go ahead and repair or repaint. Oh, 24,000 there. Nice. This one we'll go ahead and get it all taken care of. 11,000. As well as this one. A lot of painting costs. All right, we're now sitting at 264,000. What a... Jeez. Very profitable day so far. All right, well, this field is looking nice. Nicely taken care of. We haven't decided yet what we're going to put here. Sugar beets are so profitable, but I don't want to harvest that much sugar beets. But I do want to cycle through, crop rotate a little bit. Possibly corn? We have to get a new header, but possibly corn. And then do soybeans here. We're going to drop this implement off right here and go get the mulcher, though. Yeah, some things to think about over the winter. So we won't have to do either of the planting until spring, but definitely want to make decisions so we can get prepared for that. I believe we can mulch the sugar beets. Yeah, it looks like we can. So it makes sense to take advantage of this to get a little bit extra of a yield. And we might want to eventually buy rollers. This size field seems to be about the biggest I'd want to do with this mulcher. We'll have to look on the market and see if there's larger ones or if this is the best we can do with the horsepower we have. Do a little investigating on that because it's going to take forever to do the other fields. All right, let's go ahead and get that all folded up. We'll get this put away and we'll get hooked up on the cultivator next and get that all cultivated up. We'll see. Sugar beets are probably going to go in there. I don't know. We'll figure that out soon. But this Should be more than a big enough cultivator for this field. Shouldn't take very long at all. Gosh, I love this setup. So sweet, so quick, so smooth. Trying to get all these fields prepped before the snow hits so that we just have to plant in the spring. And another field done. Look at the texture in here. It's kind of interesting that we get seed bed on a lot of this area, but we also get the stubble as well. So it should be fine to plant on in spring, but it's just kind of interesting that we're getting two different textures there. And I think we're gonna want to put a little bit of fertilizer down to let it really soak into the soil to get it prepped for the spring. All right, we got 2 things of fertilizer delivered, so let's go ahead and get those filled up. All right, 4,000. It holds 4,200, so we can't completely get that. We'll have to get some tanks put in here to help us out, some of those silos, so that we can just fill up what we need in here and purchase what we need. It looks like we do have some rain incoming, so we'll try to get as much of this done as possible. We might have to finish it off in December, but oh man, this should be real fast. Let's check our other fields, see if we need to prioritize those first. Yeah, they do need a second application. Probably should do those first, but this is going to be so quick. Go ahead and get these barley fields fertilized as well. Looks like the rain is holding off for now. Hopefully we can get all of this done. I want to do the 2 barley fields, and then we'll do the large soybean field as well if we have time and product. Yeah, another field done. Let's go ahead and check yeah, we missed a little tiny spot up there, but I think that will be okay. Let's go ahead and head on over to the other barley field and get that done. And then we can do this big field and get these. Oh man, we'll be able to take some nice time off for the winter. I don't think we'll have enough. We'll have to buy a little bit more, but we got some good money. All right, that field's done. So it looks like weather is cooperating. So we're gonna get all the spraying done today, which is exciting because I was, worried about that rain coming in. But this field will be a lot easier to do than the last ones because we can actually see where we've been. GPS definitely saved us on that, but let's get this last job done for the day before the sun sets. And done. Let's get this all folded up and put away. Got a little bit of wood chips there. I don't think it'll be enough to really worry about until morning. Let's go ahead and head home, check on the sheep, and that might be about it for today. And we got a nice home for our sprayer. Very nice. Well, sheep seem to be doing pretty good still. Plenty of food. Got 20 sheep in here now. Very nice. What's the capacity here? 75, so we can get plenty more in here. And we're going to need that for some of our plans long term. Next thing I'm going to do is grab the truck and the water tank, and we're going to get a few tanks of that going to fill back up the maple syrup production, because that's going to be needed for whiskey soon, as well as fulfilling some orders for maple syrup. And hopefully we don't get caught going to the river. Whoops, I guess we should have gone to the other side. That filled up instantly. That's insane. And this should get it back in production. Very nice. All right, drop that off there, shut off the truck. Yeah, we got a few pallets, but we'll take care of those orders next time. So it's December and weather's looking interesting for us. I think we want this high, right? So we're gonna take care of these vines here, and hopefully the snow goes away, because I was hoping to do a little bit of grass cutting today. But we'll see how the weather cooperates. We might be just relaxing for the day. The snow doesn't seem to be sticking, so I think we'll keep going as long as we can here. And hopefully it clears up. Forecast says it's supposed to, so we should be good. Well, the snow's still coming down. We got these pruned up pretty close. Just the last row we're doing here, the last set of vines. And at that point, maybe we'll go in for some early breakfast, and hopefully it clears up, because I do want to clear the grass by the sheep, because I want to plant actual grass there. I think it'd be a good investment to make a little bit of extra cash throughout the year, and also be able to make hay a lot easier in multiple locations. So we'll see if the weather cooperates. Otherwise, we'll have to try in January to prep that field for March. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this put away and see how the weather cooperates. I don't know if I've seen this in this game. Let's go look at the weather. It's been all morning supposed to be cloudy, and then snow at 1900. It just won't stop. It just will not stop. One of the things I did want to do, and let's see if it lets us this time of year. We'll go to the vines and snap. Fruit cannot be planted in December. Okay. So let's look at the calendar and get down here where grapes can be planted in March. So we'll have to do that in March. I do want to extend that a little bit, so we'll keep that in mind, but gosh, let's check on the food for the sheep. We might be calling it a month at this point. Yeah, we're still good here. But we'll speed up some time and see what happens. Well, it's January, and our productions over here have been piping in the money. We're going to head down there. We're going to move some wood chips, and then we're going to cut some grass. We need to check on the inventory of the sawmill as well here in January. Decent amount to move, so we'll get the wood chips moved over and get that production running. Get a little bit of money going in. Money's looking really good. We definitely want to get that whiskey distillery built here. We got the approvals all set. Just need to get the blueprint all done and sent over to the contractors. Just been kind of dragging our feet on that because I don't really want to spend the money until we're ready to really use it, but it'd be wise to do so while we have money. All right, we got a grand total of 8,000 wood chips, so we'll go ahead and get that activated again. And we ran out of wood. I thought we had enough to get through, but we'll have to get that taken care of as well. Nice. And those are bust through real fast and get sold, and we'll shut that off. But we're gonna find, I think we'll go in this direction and cut down some more trees, get it moved over, and then I will see you in a few. Well, we got a good amount of this forest cleared out and brought on over to the sawmill. Sitting good. We also sold about 5,000 liters of goods from here, and we're sitting at $450,000. Some wood chips to move, but we'll take those later. Let's go ahead and get the mower going. We're gonna cut up some grass, make a little bit of extra cash. Money is good. So the first thing I want to do over here is clear up an area that we're going to turn into a planted grass field instead of cutting it like we have been. I think that would be good, but we'll start by just cutting this whole area. And then we want to cut kind of close to the vineyard as well, because I do want to plant a few more vines, a few more rows of vines there, but I don't. Yeah, so when we make that field, we'll have to keep that in mind. Try to measure out maybe, I think 3 more rows is what I was aiming for. We have 9 right now. 12 would be a nice number. So we'll get this all cut up. We'll get it rowed up and turned into silage, or wrapped so we can turn it into silage. Make some money with that when the price is good. And then when it's time, we can plant 3 more rows, and hopefully the field we make doesn't really get ruined. If it does, that's fine. We can also fix that when the time comes. But let's get this cut up, and I'll join you soon. Kind of reminiscing a little bit on the original idea of this area was to extend the vineyard this far, but we don't need that many grapes for whatever we have planned. So this area has been kind of wasted because of that. And I think it's about time to kind of fix that problem and do something with it so it doesn't just go to waste. And I think we could definitely get a better yield on grass if we planted it and treated it with fertilizer and lime. So that's why we're doing that with this area. We still have the little area by the sheep to cut, which I might just leave as is. But my idea is to start clearing this grass when we want to do something with the land, and that's what we're doing now. This tractor's definitely overkill for this job, but why would you use a different one when you have this? It's just a beast. We get this rowed up, then we'll get it baled up, and we probably need to purchase a wrapper at this point because we have no way to turn this into silage, and we have plenty of hay, so we don't need that. It would just be a waste to do this as grass, so we'll definitely be looking into a wrapper after getting this rowed up. Picking up some bales here and trying not to lose control, but it's going out good. So we'll see how many bales we get. We will have I do have a wrapper that I'm eyeing to purchase or lease. I don't know how often we'll use it, so I think we'll probably just lease it for now. And if it comes around to where we do another run of this, at that point we might sell it, or buy it, I should say. But I just don't know if it's wise to purchase anything at this point, even though we're sitting pretty good financially. We get these bales unloaded here, folded on up. And it's time to think about our wrapper. So we went ahead with this wrapper. We decided to purchase it. We were gonna lease it, but I figured we're gonna turn this into a grass field. we're gonna get a lot more silage over the next year or so, so we might as well buy it. Might not get our $54,000 back from buying it, but well, we might, I guess. All right, not bad. 8 bales there. Go ahead and get these put here. Ooh, that's not gonna work with the truck though. And now it's time to shift to plowing this field and prepping it for putting some seed down. And boy, it's been a while since we've used this implement. Lower it here. That should be good there. Yeah, it's been a while here. Very nice to get some plowing going. Don't want to go too close to the fence. Go about right there. Like I said, we want to leave a little bit of space to extend the vineyard. So let's go about right here. Not bad. Not bad. Nice little turn there. And head all the way to the end and loop around. Well, the Montana weather has been strong, and you can see money's looking great, but it is March. It seems to be cleared up. I believe we have a little bit of rain coming in today. Oh, no, the forecast did clear up for us, so we got a few bales to sell. We got some sugar to move around, so we'll get that done, and then we will finish prepping this field for grass and buy our vines. Let's do our vines first. Let's do that now, and then we know exactly where the grass goes. So that is a production orchard vine. Snapping is working. Yep, I wanted to do 3 more. You can see our lack of a straight line. So it'll be more to maintain, but it'll fit for our future plans. There we go. That's a good chunk of our money. So we got some more vines, and yeah, let's get everything else moved around, and then we will probably fertilize this and plant some grass. Oh my goodness, was it muted the whole time? So you just did a time lapse of getting our new productions up and running. We got a spinnery here. We have our wool in here making fabric. It's going to be distributed to this tailor shop, but we're not going to activate that until we have enough product. Moving on up, we're starting our clothing company. Very exciting. And look what's back. It's so nice. SWU Whiskey is back. We have our inspection coming soon. So we got that down. We got all the buildings going. We are approved. I'm not going to make any alcohol, but we'll go ahead and start storing some of this product over here. We do have the inspector coming in later this month, maybe next month, depending on their schedule. And that means once the barley is ready to harvest, we could start making whiskey. Might be more efficient to get some equipment over here to move things. But yeah, we'll get the wood chips as much as possible right now over here, just to get us a nice start. And you can see it's barely going through any of the grapes. So we might find a secondary use for grapes as well. And we'll get a little bit of wood chips put in here just to get ready. So I want to move the rest of the wood chips back to make some more paper rolls, but that should be good for now. We'll have to get the water tank over here eventually, but we'll wait for word from the inspector. I think we got one more thing I want to purchase and build this month before we start planting. All right, we're not going to add any chickens to it yet, but I definitely am enjoying having the sheep around, so it'll be really nice to get some chickens in here once we have some barley. We're going to put a little bit of barley aside for chicken feed and probably plant another field to help supplement that, but the sheep are getting lonely. We'll get some chickens, but we want food first. Not bad for one episode here. I think that'll do it. We'll pick up with the rest of March in the next episode and get everything all prepped for our spring, our spring planting season going. And then we're very close to making whiskey on Whiskey RP. I'm Socksway Up. I'll catch you on the next episode.